everybody. Welcome to the show. Mike is here. Garrett is here. Hello, Garrett.
Howdy.
How are you, pal?
I'm here.
1R1T.
Yep.
It's a weird spelling of Garrett.
My mom said she never wanted me to have a pencil with my name on it or any of those cool little tchotchkes at the...
Oh, yeah, the little license plate
gift
things
shop
you
stuff.
can get. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you're never going to find
She
it.
took me right out of the running. Brother, too.
What is it? Why? What's your brother's name?
Eli, E-L-Y.
Ooh, yeah,
Yep.
your mom's kind of a dick like that.
A little bit.
Yeah, she didn't want you guys doing
It
any
makes
of
me a
that.
little special, though. I get to feel something different.
Well, it's confusing because people write emails and they're like, "Oh, Garrett this, Garrett that," and these morons don't know how to spell Garrett
That's
properly
fine.
with one R and one T.
Yeah, obviously, the right way.
Yeah, so they're I'm trying to think. I think most people do double R, one T.
Yeah, I get that one a lot, or 2R, 2T.
Is it double R, double T?
Yeah, there's
Is that a
that.
common one?
I think both of those, the 2R, 1T, and the 2R, 2T, those are very common ones.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah. Well, you know how I am with 3 G's and Greg.
Yeah.
You know, Henson does his best, but I still
It's too many G's.
I keep a
kept it
fucking
simple.
eye on him, you know, just because it's like, yeah, you got 3 G's in your first name. It's
My
weird.
parents didn't have very high hopes for me. They want to keep my name as simple as possible.
Yeah, I like that. I always liked that about Jay. Jay was not a Jason or a
Yep.
James going by Jay. Jay's name is Jay, J-A-Y.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, and he's like, fuck all the Jasons out there. that
I used to
are
have a friend. It
stealing
was
my
Alex,
identity.
just Alex. That's it. No
Yeah.
Alexander, no
Yeah.
Alexis,
Alexis.
Alexa, or whatever.
Yeah,
No, just
yeah.
Alex.
Yeah. That's good. It's good like that. And then you got people like me. My mom was just so lazy. She was like, Mike.
Yep.
What's the most common name on planet Earth for Western civilization? Mike.
John.
Boring. Yeah, John.
Steve.
Paul. Steve. Dumb. I've always hated the name Mike. Mike. Too many of us out there. But Garrett, I would have been cool with a Garrett. I knew a Garrett. He actually kind of looked like you.
It's a good name because it's not one of those weird ones that makes you go, "What the fuck is your name?" But it's also
Yeah.
not so common that you hear it all the time.
Exactly. Like you were probably the only Garrett in class. There's probably a lot of Garretts in class now. I think that's
There was one I went to school with.
really
Yeah,
one
it was
you went
always
to
me and one
school
other guy.
with.
That's that's what it always was. It was me and one
Yeah.
other guy, both named Garrett. And we'd see each other in the hall, like, "Hey, what's up, other Garrett?"
Yeah. Okay, that works. I couldn't do that. I'd be doing that all day with other
Yeah,
mics.
exactly.
You know. But yeah, I knew one other Garrett. Well, I've probably known more Garretts, but I knew one. He actually dated my sister for a while. I think he's a volleyball coach now. Good looking dude, tall,
Most
skinny
Garretts
like
are.
you. You know.
Yeah.
He looks like you, but yeah. Anyway.
Well, actually, funny enough, my name's mostly Garrett just because now I'm not a junior. I was almost a junior. My
Really?
dad's Gary. Yep.
Yeah. Gary, we've got the dead body expert. He's
Yeah.
a pretty cool Gary. Your dad seems like a cool Gary.
He's very good.
Cool last name.
Yeah.
I've always
Franklin,
liked your last
yeah,
name.
obviously Franklin.
You know, I
You live
moved
here in
to- I moved to your
Franklin. It's
goddamn
my city, man.
Yeah. I like that. Although apparently we're being robbed around here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. There was a big article I was reading yesterday or the day before about these Chilean gangs, and they've got their shit down, man. So
In
if you're in,
Franklin?
yeah, apparently they're target probably not my street in Franklin, but
Yeah.
some of the ones over there, if you've driven over, are like holy shit.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
there's like
I drive past some of those houses, and I'm like looking up at them.
yeah, they're ridiculous. Some of those are 5, 10, 15, $20 million houses.
unnecessary.
Crazy shit. I am not one of those, obviously, but they said that these Chilean gangs are targeting Metro Detroit, and they're like very well organized. They're in groups of 3 and 4, and they come over on some loophole in the immigration system, like these 90-day
Yeah.
visas, but they're not working.
No.
They're coming here and they're attacking. Like they've hit like Novi, Birmingham, Bloomfield, West Bloomfield, Franklin,
Anything with money.
Brighton. Yeah, and they named like 6 cities, and I was reading one of the international papers, so it wasn't like it was just local. And they're going in, they're hitting it hard. They know exactly what they're doing, and they're stealing jewelry and cash and stuff like that, and they're getting millions of dollars.
Oh, I bet.
And then that team will go back to wherever, Chile or whatever, or yeah,
Chile.
and then come back, and they've got this whole system down to disable your alarm system and blah blah blah. And one of my guys was warning me because I've barely been here for over a month now.
Yeah, if you leave a house unoccupied too long, they'll hit it.
Dude, my guy came one day and he was like, he was the only one here, and I was at my mom's in Brighton, and so I came over at like 11 or something, and he's like, dude, I came over and your front door was wide open.
Ooh.
I was like, that's not good. And the lock is fucked up, so I've got a new lock coming. It'll be here probably in 3 or 4 days.
You hear that, everybody? 3 and 4 days.
Yeah. No, you can't get in it now. We did it so you
got it locked up.
But it's all fucked up.
Yeah.
When you look at it, it's all fucked up. It's been fucked up for a while. But the new, I think it's called an M-Tech or something is the brand, and it's a whole thing. But
I got some knives by them, M-Tech.
yeah, that maybe that's what I'm thinking of? I think it's an M-Tech because
I don't know. There's a bunch of companies called M-Tech.
Yeah, is there?
Yeah, I've definitely run
See
it
if
at
they
least
do
two.
doorknobs and locks and stuff because it was that or a Baldwin. Baldwin what was in there.
M-Tech, E-M-T-E-K.
Yes.
There we go. I was
Yeah.
going to say M-Tech is M-T-E-C-H is a knife company I usually buy
Oh,
knives from.
okay. Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yep.
But the lady there was like, Baldwin's too expensive, and it takes. She's like, it's going to take 8 weeks to get it to you, anyways. And I'm like, I don't have 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So
I just want to lock the door.
Yeah. So the M-Tech looks great, and apparently it locks like a door should. So
Oh.
we'll get that one.
We
But
got
anyways,
the fancy little camera system, automatic lock stuff
you?
on the phone. Yeah, Marina likes high tech stuff. I'm the
Does
classic.
she?
Like we got a yappy dog. I own a shotgun. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah,
but
you own a few guns.
She
It's
wants the
good.
high tech, like keep a camera on the house, lock the doors from the phone, keep an
So
alarm
you
system.
did you do something other than the Ring?
No, we have a ADT system, so it's kind of
Oh,
like we
okay,
got a
I've
Ring
got
doorbell
that,
camera,
yeah.
but it also ties into a garage camera that we have for the backyard and the driveway,
Nice.
and then it has a whole alarm system that we arm every day.
Dude, I'm telling you, Jenny Fedorovich, my Russian friend Jenny, you go over to her house. Now, she's building a new property, so they're in like a condo right now. They're not in the house that I've been to a bunch of times. But they redesigned their whole like living kitchen area. It's gorgeous. It's absolute custom, beautiful stuff. Her and her wife have done awesome work. But the lock they had was like a smart lock.
Yeah.
And so it's all on your app and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. And then you see it and you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah,
Good
that's
looking.
kinda what we got.
But they just seem so dumb to me. It's like, you've
See,
got all
I'm
this
kind of the same way.
impenetrable stuff right here. And it's like, yeah, we'll just throw a rock through the fucking window right next to it.
See,
and
our
walk in.
windows are also tied to the alarm system. Like if you open a window, the alarm will pop off like, oh, front window open.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, these gangs are disabling your bullshit alarm.
Yep.
ADT's not going to
Like I said, you can't disable a yappy dog and a dude with a shotgun.
No, and I think when they hear like CC goes apeshit, CC's not going to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
But why deal with a headache? Just go next door where they don't have a dog that's going to
Exactly.
yell its head off. Like nobody wants to deal with that if they don't have to. And smart criminals know that. They're like, yeah, why deal with a dog that's going to wake up half the neighborhood or certainly anybody that's in this house?
Exactly. If the dog's
you don't
barking, you
have
get the
to.
fuck out.
Yeah, it's not worth it. So, but God, still a lot going on. I don't know where I'm sleeping tonight. My bedroom is out of commission. It's completely covered in tarps now. Actually, the one spare bedroom upstairs is completely covered in shit, and they painted that. And so that's all covered with blankets. And the third bedroom upstairs has all the shit that was in the other two bedrooms in it. And it's like, so how long is it going to be like this, guys? And they're like, maybe till tomorrow. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll sleep on the floor tonight. Don't worry about it. They're like, well, we could move some stuff. I'm like, don't bother. But
Yeah, nice looking couch right there.
yeah, exactly. I might sleep on that. I actually, that's probably where I'll sleep, but we'll see.
Better
But
than the floor.
I was driving around today. I had to take my mom to the airport. She's in Salt Lake
gave
City
her
as we
back?
speak. Yeah, I finally gave her back.
You're
So
no longer
she's-
cock blocking.
No. So she's got like an hour-long layover in Salt Lake City before she gets into California, and she's just sent me a picture. Beautiful snow-capped mountains there in Salt Lake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looks gorgeous. I don't know if I could deal with all the Mormon bullshit, but
Might be a little weird.
yeah.
I don't think the Mormons like the gays very much, so I might.
Oh, are
stay
they
out.
one of your enemies
Yeah,
too?
I feel like anything in the Christian base is.
Is that
They're
really
not Christian, but they're
based?
Christian based. Like they got like the whole kind of God, the Testaments. I think the whole Mormon thing.
Yeah, but
I'm
Joe
probably
Smith
horribly
has
wrong
his
on it.
own
Yeah.
like. Didn't
Well,
he
it
find
started
his own
as
shit?
like that's the thing is it started. If I'm right, it's been a while
Yeah.
since I looked into this. I think Joe Smith found like new commandments that he said were sent to him from
right,
God.
right. Yeah.
So it's like a Christian base, but it's like his version of Christianity.
It's wacky as shit.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
I remember I saw twice. I went twice to the play, the
Book of Mormon?
the Book of Mormon that Trey and Matt.
I have to see
did.
that one day.
dude. It was awesome. I went twice
That's fun.
and saw it. On its first run. So it was really cool. I have a T-shirt that I bought. Of course, counts, right?
You should.
It's a concert, so I've got a Book of Mormon T-shirt. But yeah, I thought they were good sports. The fact that they took out an ad in
Yeah.
the program the Book of Mormon.
That's how you should do it.
Yeah, they were like, hey, I know you're all laughing at us and having fun, but if you want to see more about our religion, it's like that's the way you handle
Yeah.
it. Don't throw people off roofs.
No.
That disagree with you. You know,
No stoning.
win them over.
Yeah.
No stoning. You know. Anyway, so yeah, it's been crazy, but I think we're finally starting to get to the point here where stuff is arriving and getting put in, and like the dirty
I saw the tile
part-
getting put in. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing with it?
Dude, I bought big ass tiles, 33
Yeah.
by 33. They're huge. They weigh a ton. And I know whenever one chips or breaks, because I can hear the guy, fuck! Because he knows he's got to go
God damn
recut
it!
a 50-pound fucking tile. Yeah. I like big tiles. You know, my brother's got, he's in Arizona, so they've got a very soft stone. It's, oh God, the name always fucks with me.
Micah.
No, it starts with a T. Yeah, but whatever.
Let's
It's a
see what I
soft
can do.
stone. Yeah. People will know what I'm talking about. But it's soft. So if you have pebbles on your shoes, which everybody does in Arizona, and you walk on that stuff, it'll cut it.
Tug-to-pite?
Huh?
Tug-to-pite?
No.
Okay.
No.
Soft material, but beautiful when polished.
Yeah. They're gorgeous, but they're square because I'm not a big fan of rectangle. Most people do rectangle, and for whatever reason, it's not my jam. But his are like 1.5 or 2 foot by 2 foot squares, and I was like, oh, that's sick. I love how they're bigger squares, and so I wanted to do that here. And so, yeah, I got them. It's 33 by 33. They're massive. So I think they'll look really good, but they're apparently a bitch to put in.
Yeah,
So,
they sound like it. Any kind of big
Yeah.
stone.
Yeah.
Just maneuvering it, getting in the right
Yeah.
spot. And then if you have to shift it, because when you're doing tile, it's so precise. If you have to shift it like an inch, it's so much fucking harder.
Yes. He has to get it precise.
Yep.
But this guy was handpicked for his work. David
Good.
that's doing mine. If you're looking for a tile guy, this guy gives courses on how to properly, like, he's one of those technical guys. He's reasonable as shit and does awesome work. Just awesome. So
Oh, yeah.
The crews that I've got here they're just blow me away. They're so good. I'd recommend Josh, my contractor, but he doesn't want to do more
Nah,
shit.
he wants to do what he wants
but
to do.
He's the
He
best
stays
I've
in
ever
the
seen.
area.
Best I've ever seen.
Seems we got
And,
fans out of the area today. I'm looking at the comments coming in. Cliff Cook said he's listening on I-80 in Iowa on his way to Lincoln, Nebraska, which I got to
Hey.
ask, man, what the fuck's going on in Nebraska?
Yeah, corn?
Yeah,
Is that in Nebraska?
corn.
Yeah, corn huskers.
Oh, and Marcus said Travertine?
Travertine.
Yeah,
Thank
Travertine.
you, Marcus.
Can't read.
Oh, it drives me. Travertine.
Travertine.
Yes. Travertine is the. Thank you, Marcus. That was going to literally drive me fucking nuts. And then it was going to hit me as soon as we said goodbye,
Yep,
everybody.
as
We'll
soon
see
as
you
the
tomorrow.
goodbye and as the mics come
Yeah,
off.
I was gonna
Travertine.
go
Fuck.
Travertine. It's gorgeous. Travertine is beautiful, but and it probably comes in all kinds of really smooth finish or really rough. Theirs is really fits with the decor of Arizona, like the color schemes.
Yeah.
Marina would know what that
I was going
means.
to say a lot of reds, a lot of beige,
Beige, orange, yellows, reds. It's kind of got all of it
some
incorporated.
green and turquoise.
No, not
No?
that. Which I'm not a big fan of that style of turquoise. I'm not. Everybody there is, but I'm
Yeah.
not. But it's kind of the sky when you get the sun going down and you get that is real. I always thought
It's
that
the
was
license
fake.
plate.
I thought that was fake. I didn't believe that
No,
was
it
real.
is.
The purples and
Yep.
reds
I've
in
seen
their
Marina's
sky.
license plate. It's an Arizona plate, and it's still got that whole sun going down. You can see
Yeah.
it fading from the orange to the purple.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Very nice license plate.
I hope that never gets tiresome. I've seen it for
No.
years, and it's stunning. So there's a lot that's incorporated in that. But Travertine, thank you, Marcus.
Yep.
I appreciate that.
And the last comment coming in was from Connor that just said sounds so much better today. On topic, less tarded.
Lester. Oh yes,
Yep.
yes. Yeah, we've lost Isis.
I don't like him, his giant head, or his beady little eyes.
Yeah, poor Isis. He was actually sentimental when he was leaving.
I know.
He wanted pictures.
Yep.
He and I take a picture in front
That's a
of
big part of his life, you know?
Yeah, it really was, and he really got to figure himself out and find his voice. I know that sounds comical to some, but
No.
being an intern with Drew and Mike was great for him, and he did a lot. He really did, and the fact that for all you haters out there, Drew doesn't just throw anyone on the air.
No, never.
And so if you got on the air, like everybody wanted to be on the air. I said a word on the Drew and Mike show. Oh my God, that's amazing! Like everybody wanted that. Of all the interns, Isis was so fucked up that it was like, Drew, you got to hear this kid. It took us a couple months to get him on, and it was like finally Drew was like, what did this dude do? Are you serious? And it was like the best part was it wasn't fake. It wasn't manufactured. It was just who he was.
Yeah.
And
you can't replace it.
We got to unpeel that onion a lot more on this show, and you got to see what he was really like. But when he was younger, he was a mess. And going through the best of stuff that I've been doing and doing in the Patreon area, the member area, there's a lot with Easus, like I've got discs of just Easus stuff, up there. So it's kind of wild. There's not many interns. In fact, probably none.
Wasn't it Easus you sat down, made watch gay porn, did boner checks on?
Yep.
Hell
yeah. Yeah, we did.
I thought that was fucking hysterical.
Yeah, we put him in a studio and made him watch gay porn and
you boner check him.
Yeah, boner checked him.
Just make sure.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah,
I've been through the test.
But he was game to do whatever. Yeah, he failed. He passed the test though. I gotta say,
good for him.
I'd love to say, oh yeah, the kid was rock the second we threw it on, but no, he wasn't. And but yeah.
Oh, and it looks like Marcus is in Arizona. That's why Tabertine's real popular down there. That's how he got it. And then also Cliff Cook said he rehabilitates water pipe. That's why it's in Nebraska.
Rehabs water pipe.
Yeah, probably just kind of like what my company does with sprinkler systems. When they start getting old and rusty, you just got to tear them out, put a new one in. He's probably on one of those crews that travels.
It's got to be a bitch to pull that shit out of the ground.
Up.
Yeah.
I don't do ground. Luckily, most of our stuff's in the air, but pulling it out of the ground like he does, man. Oof.
Boy, oh boy, I found this product, not to make this all about construction and shit today. It's 15 minutes.
Welcome to the Blue Collar Show.
Yeah. But I have these, so the front of my house is this white brick. I don't think it's been painted. I don't think. But anyways, it's just like that white brick, and then it's got some whatever around it. But the sprinkler system they had hooked up right in the front of the house to hit, whatever bushes you've got in the front. But the water here is so hard that it fucking turns everything orange. Ooh. It's just, so every house you drive by for the most part has these fucking giant orange rust streaks up the brick.
We see them all the time at my job.
Yeah, it's ugly as hell. And when you're trying to rehab things and rehab a house and blah, blah. So we went to the store and I Googled, like, what is how do you get this stuff? I figured it was like elbow grease and acid of some form.
No, it's easy.
Dude, there's a goof off product out there. And I sprayed this shit on, just sprayed it, and it's called, I can't remember the name of it, but Goof Off makes it. Dude, it's incredible. Like, I had this stuff that was so fucking orange on the front of the house. I took it off stone.
Is it just Rust Aid?
It might be Rust Aid by Goof Off.
Yep, Goof Off Rust Aid.
Yeah.
Outdoor.
Unbelievable how good this, like, my mom pulled up a video and she's like, look, I'm like, unfortunately, I don't trust any
I don't
of
trust
videos.
any of those Instagram ads.
They're too fucking easy to manipulate.
Nothing that's easy. There's nothing that easy.
And it was like, fuck it, for $20, we'll try it. Oh my God, did it do what it advertised? Holy shit. I had no idea. Dude, I've power washed those
And you
things.
Overpaid. It looks like it's $14 at Ace. Come on.
Okay, it might have been $14. Whatever. Smart ass. But use, dude, I've power washed that shit. Like, power washed and won't get that stuff off. This stuff was just like, just a little bit of spray and it just rolls right off. Couple spots I had to hit a couple times. That's it. It was unbelievable. So if you're dealing with that. Anyways, we should get on the show. How are you doing, by the way, my friend?
I'm doing good. Had another little day at work.
Another what?
Another old day at work.
Yeah.
Lots to do. Never enough people to do it.
Yeah. I know how that feels. Well, why don't we get to some stories? Tell people what's going on in the world. I pulled as many stories as I could. So if we only do, that's why it's good to have 20 minutes out front about what's going on.
Just give it a second, see what's going on.
Yeah, because I might run out of stories. But no.
I'll give them the comments, man. People like our little talks.
Do they?
They're jumping in.
We've got a lot of blue collar guys.
Oh, yeah, dude. Cliff Cook said he's doing 20 inches this time, which hot. 20 inches, hard pipe.
Disgusting.
No, I get it. My company usually deals top like 8, but.
Yeah. You can only handle 8?
I can only handle 8.
Yeah. Who's handling 20? Cliff? Yeah.
And then Jamie Wright said, grease lightning, best cleaning solution ever. Takes black soot off bricks without scrubbing.
Oh, write that down.
Grease lightning?
Grease lightning. I need to, that's good. All these things are good. Pens and pencils.
I'm leaving it in your notepad here.
Yeah, there you go. Because I do have some soot that has fallen, I'm guessing, from one of the chimneys out there onto the top of that little brick wall. So that's good to know because this stuff is not taking the soot off. I sprayed a little bit on there and it didn't do shit for that.
So Jamie swears by grease lightning.
Grease lightning it is. Now, does he swear by grease lightning for rust stains?
He said best cleaning solution ever, takes black soot off bricks without scrubbing. He didn't say anything about rust.
Okay. Well, I found my rust guy.
Yeah, we got rust, now you got soot.
For sure from Goof Off. Because there's a lot of rust products. I've bought some in the past.
Whether stuck to your walls or face, we can get the soot off.
Yeah. There you go. All right, let's get to some stuff in the news. We'll start, unfortunately, for some people.
Bag up. All the champagne was spiked, son. Yeah. Like, all the champagne was spiked. Everybody was passed the fuck out. I don't drink.
The best part is about making it a little
playing that shit off.
All I had
to
do was cut his words
I smoke,
together.
nigga.
Yeah.
I smoke. I had my own weed, but like everybody was passed out. Yo, Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the fucking door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the fuck was going on, but I just heard balls slapping against ass cheeks. I heard niggas struggling to take dick. I heard niggas being like, yeah, daddy. Like when he started all that daddy this and daddy that, and then I heard some hollering and struggling like, yeah, I kept the phone there and I recorded all that shit because I was like, oh, that's this nigga Diddy rich. So
I don't like the that's my favorite part though. That's when it's going in all the way to the hill, right? That's the first
bass. That's balls slapping ass.
That's not just the tip. When you
that's balls slapping ass.
When you get grown men going, that's got to be when it first drives into the bass. That's all I can think. You know, I don't know.
I think so. I've seen enough gay porn to realize that that's probably the point. Yep.
Fuck my shit, nigga. Oh man, that's rough. It's rough. It is. I got to be honest with you. It doesn't sound great. But anyways,
I got motherfucked at work for the remix I made. By the way,
did you?
Yeah, my coworker. He just said, my coworker just came. He said that thing's been stuck in my fucking head all day. Thanks.
That's what happens when you put together a decent one.
It's such a good one.
Yeah. Go ahead.
We don't understand you like I do. You don't understand me. Make love to you like I do. So give it to me. Cause I can show you my real love. And I can promise anything that I do. It's just to satisfy.
Like all the champagne was spiked. Everybody was passed the fuck out. I don't drink, so I was playing that shit off. Like, I don't fucking drink. I smoke, nigga. Like, I smoke and I had my own weed, but everybody was passed out. Yo, Diddy had that man in the room. I put my ear to the fucking door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what was going on. I just heard balls slapping against ass cheeks. I heard niggas struggling to take dick. I heard niggas being like, yeah, daddy, all that daddy this and daddy that. And then I heard some hollering and struggling like, yeah, I kept the phone there and I recorded all that shit because I was like, this.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
Thank you.
It's good stuff. It is. Yeah, I don't know where this investigation leads, but it's sounding like maybe the hip-hop community had their own Jeffrey Epstein, and this was the guy.
I think it's all coming out. Not just hip-hop. I think Ashton Kutcher just got named as a accomplice of Diddy.
That's not good.
That's not good, especially because he's coming off the Danny Masterson thing right now.
Yeah, and, you know, when you start writing letters in support of these people that are raping people or molesting people, that just doesn't. I'm trying to think if there's anyone in my life, like, I don't give up on friends.
No,
for the most part.
I try
not. You know
not
what
to.
I mean? Like, and you can always get back in my circle if it's, you know, whatever.
Yeah, it usually just takes, like, if you want to get back in my circle, just, hey, man, I was an asshole.
I was an
said
asshole.
This. I'm sorry about that. I'm like, yeah, come on back. Let's see what we can do.
Yeah, exactly. But if it's like, hey, man, I need you to write a letter of, you know, about my character to the judge, and it's like, well, what did you do? And it's like, well, I was speeding my ass off, and I got this. I'm trying to avoid 4 points, and hopefully they knock it down to the 2.1. And you know, and I'd absolutely write a letter for that guy and be like, hey, man, you know, I don't know what was going on, but this idea of like, not only am I writing a letter like, hey, this is so out of character, as if you know what everybody's character is behind closed doors.
Obviously,
you know, I'm thinking about the Nickelodeon guy now, Peck or whatever, where they're like, all those people that said the same thing, like he must have been. What was the word they used? Not he must have been like tease or like
Oh, it was like they were
talked-
asking for it almost. Like,
like they were asking for it. Like,
like
you're-
victim blamed.
Yeah, totally at victim blamed. And it's like, oh yeah, no, that he must have been
That 15-year-old was
lured
leading
or-
him on.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, just fucking stop. It's and so with the Diddy thing, he's all bummed out by how rough they came in, like there was a tank and I don't know. I don't want to say hey, that's bullshit. Like I thought it was bullshit with Trump.
Yeah.
When they came in rolling with the lights blazing.
They always do that, though. Every time they any kind of big name raid,
Yeah.
they always try and show, like, we're the cops, we're tough.
But there's lots of examples where this shit goes on behind the scenes. Like if you're going to some shitball community where you've got a drug house in a neighborhood and they come in strong and you don't know what's on the other side of that wall. But I can promise you, no one at Mar-a-Lago is coming.
No, they're not
to
coming
meet
back guns
you
blazing
with AKs. Like that's not going to happen.
I mean, even Diddy's house, he's so high profile. I feel like if you had a bunch
Yeah.
of cops showing up, you probably wouldn't get met with guns, or it'd be like the biggest news story of it in a while.
Right. It's probably one of those things. And that's kind of what Diddy's team is saying. Like, really? You had to come in hot like this with guns pointed at Diddy's kids' heads? Like, that does seem a bit much. It does. And if you want CNN cameras there all day, that's how you do it. You roll up with a tank. I don't know what you expected to be met with. Or maybe it's like we came in that hot and that high profile because we didn't want any shenanigans or people being able to run away and start deleting tapes. We wanted those cameras and what was on them.
But they still can't. Like, the APC in the tank outside is a little much. It's like you could get enough
Seems a
crews
bit
around
much.
the building to make sure no one was getting out of there.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people that starting to talk
Good.
with Diddy.
Oh, boy.
I mean, about Diddy. Like,
Here's where
I'm
it comes out.
seeing clips like on Twitter and stuff, a lot of people that are. And it's hard because you never know if someone's just being braggadocious and being like, have very fucking not for public consumption's comments been made in this house?
Yeah.
Fuck yes. Loads of them. Being smartasses, being funny, trying to be outlandish. Would I ever do any of the no,
Yeah, no, you wouldn't.
of course not. And so there's a fine line where it's like someone comes out and is like, she said, and it's one of his former people, whether it was a producer or an executive, whoever it was, but definitely in the industry. And she said stuff like, Diddy used to say, if you can get a man to suck your dick, you can get him to do anything. Remember saying that to me, Diddy, blah, blah, blah. And in the context of the story, that sounds bad.
Yeah, it does.
But there's also some truth to that.
Yeah, no, if you get a man
you're
to suck
bragging
your dick,
around
yeah.
your buddies, having some cocktails, be like, man, you get that dude to suck your dick, you could get that dude to kill for you.
Yeah.
Like, I could see something saying like that. I could see lots of people saying something dumb like that. It doesn't necessarily mean that's what you're doing, but in the fuller context of things, and I'm not trying to like say, oh yeah, Diddy didn't do anything. He's a upstanding young man. I do want to know what is being said about Ashton Kutcher. What do you have any?
I can look it up
details
real
on that?
quick. I just like the Marcus comment. Don't worry, Judge. He's not a raper. The Ashton Kutcher probably.
Yeah. Well, that didn't go over well because I believe he and Mila Kunis both wrote letters of support for Danny Masterson. Now,
Yep.
full context there, they were all together on that 70s show. And then the Netflix series that Ashton Kutcher was doing also starred Danny Masterson. The, what the hell was the name of that? Not that it matters, but it's like they played brothers. And yeah, I watched a few episodes of that back a couple of years ago. And then they booted him off that series, Danny Masterson. But then Ashton's writing letters of support, so I don't know.
Yeah, him and Mila. Oh,
Yeah,
not good.
That doesn't go over well. It doesn't look good. I don't like the fact that a lot of that shit's 20 years old and, coming back after the fact, looking for yours. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I don't know what Danny did, but
No, I think they just had a friendship for a long time, and now it's. Ashton Kutcher said there's a lot he quote can't tell about Diddy friendship. And that's what the headlines are saying right now is that Ashton Kutcher's holding out some information.
well, it gets a little scary because I heard Usher. There's a clip going around. I believe he was on Stern's show a few years ago, and Stern was asking him about this Diddy, like they called it something that sounded rather gay, like
A freak out party.
Yeah, well, the freak out fantasy or the
Yeah.
fantasy camp.
Oh, I
or
know.
Something.
He was on a it was like a dream team style thing.
Yeah. And so he stayed with Diddy, and there's video of Diddy and Usher. Usher now is older, but at the time, Diddy was 20 and Usher was 10. And it was like, yeah, we'd wake up in the morning and wrestle, and we'd wrestle over who got the Frosted Flakes. It sounded like they were, and maybe not, but it sounded like maybe they were in the same bed together or something.
The Rat Pack. That's what they were. They were the new Rat Pack.
A Rat Pack? No, there was something foo-foo fluffy about it. Something they called it. About the camp of going
Oh,
here.
the camp. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because in the mid-2000s, Ashton Kutcher and Diddy, they took to touring themselves, or touting themselves as the new Rat Pack alongside actor Jamie Foxx.
Okay, yeah, I could see that, trying to be the Rat Pack. I get it. But as far as the 10-year-old, and this leads into Justin Bieber, too, at 15 or whatever, going to this fantasy camp.
The Ranch.
The Ranch, that's the name of it.
Marcus. Thank you, Marcus.
Thank you,
Again.
Marcus. Yeah.
He's going to take my job.
Who's the old guy actor, too, that was in that? Who's really good? It doesn't matter. Don't look it up. But, yeah, The Ranch is the Netflix one. So this video on Stern is going around, and he's like, hey, you went to this, fucking camp with Diddy when you were 10. And at the time, there's no allegations, there's no stories, no nothing. And Howard isn't saying like, oh, did something go on? He's just asking like, wow, what's that like for a 10-year-old to be sent, to P. Diddy's to do this camp
thing. Mentoring.
And he says, you've got kids now that are young. Would you ever send them to P. Diddy's fantasy freak camp or whatever? And he's like, no. Uh-oh. And I don't know that it went further than that, but he's like, fuck no.
Now, see, Howard, if he was a good interviewer, would have fucking leaned in on that.
Yeah. And, I think that's how that went. But having these people come out and so now there's kind of like stirrings of, what happened to Usher and what happened to fucking Justin Bieber.
Meek Mill.
Oh, we know what happened to Meek Mill.
We know what happened to Meek Mill.
It's not.
Oh,
Yeah, that there's a rhythm going on.
Sounds like
there.
my car trying to turn over on a cold morning.
It does. And coinciding with the ball slapping that ass cheeks. I mean, it's disturbing. It really is. And people, grow up. Okay, if you've got a problem with this sound, grow up. This is part of the news story.
It's 2024. It's okay
I didn't
to be
make
gay.
it. You didn't make it. This is part of the news story. It's relevant, and it will be played as many times as it needs to be played for the story.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? When
Comedic effect.
No, not comedic effect. How
Okay,
dare
fine.
you?
We'll
No,
be serious. Sorry.
This is
bad.
serious news. Whenever you see like a earthquake video of somewhere, they don't just show the earthquake video once and then just talk about it.
Yeah, they play it a
It's
bunch
on
of
a
times.
loop. It's on a
B-roll.
loop.
This is our B-roll.
This is more like A-roll, but or a-hole roll.
A-hole roll.
Yeah, but we could go for some more B-roll. But it's very pertinent when you're reading this stuff. People are like, what? Whose asshole are we talking about? It's like, yeah, Meek Mill.
We just want them to know that we're not talking about regular gay sex.
No.
We're talking about balls slapping ass cheeks. And we're struggling to take dick.
All this shit.
Yeah, all the champagne was spiked, all that stuff.
That man didn't drink. He smoked.
He smoked. That's why he wasn't getting his ass pounded in. Stevie J. I'm not familiar with Stevie J. Apparently he's a record producer, works with Diddy, and he was golfing today with Diddy, or yesterday, I guess. And I love when they capture them in a picture and they're like, oh, they look despondent as they're going. And it's like, okay, so you caught one frame of them in an instant while they're playing 18 holes and they look despondent.
Yeah.
Or stop it.
You film me long enough throughout the day, I'm probably making a despondent face.
Constantly.
Yeah.
All day. Between smiles. It's, some would call it resting bitch face, whatever. So they're all bummed about this. He broke his silence on the raids. Stevie J revealed he was put in handcuffs in Miami. Stevie said in a chat with TMZ, he slammed 50 Cent, who is apparently taking digs at Diddy, and stopped being a girl.
50 Cent's the
talking
greatest
about
Twitter
him.
follow of all time right now.
Yeah, I bet he is.
Oh, my God.
I'm bummed the Iron Sheik died because he was a great follow.
Yep.
He was fun.
No, but 50 Cent is one of those guys who just doesn't give a fuck anymore. And he's exposing. They've pulled interviews of him like 6 years ago saying Diddy's gay as fuck and he's fucking all these other rappers.
Yeah, which is
And he's like, I told y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I've been saying it forever.
I got to look into the 50 Cent thing because I'm shocked. He's very, very tied to Eminem and Dre, right?
Yep.
That like they're on shady records. 50 Cent is, and his career.
No,
was,
50's one of those guys who talks so much shit he got shot over it. And
yeah,
keeps talking shit
9 times. But Eminem is so like Trump derangement syndrome guy.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that like some people just shut up. And when we had Rude Jude in here, he got all mad at me for like, I meant it. It was
How
a
rude.
serious question, right? And I was just like, what happens if you fucking hate one of his albums? Eminem drops an album you don't like.
Yeah.
You're on his channel. And he's like, I don't know. And afterwards, we're out in front. He's like, I don't know how you expected me to answer that. What am I supposed to say? Of course I wouldn't fucking shit all over him. He's my boss. I'm like, bro, calm down.
You can
It's
talk
fine.
shit to your friends, though. Come on.
Yeah, but I
talk shit to my boss constantly.
I would hope that someone would go, no, you can absolutely say whatever you fucking want. M doesn't give a shit. He's not that shallow. He's not that fucking soft.
No, you can't joke with him too hard, though.
No, you can't.
Sacha Baron Cohen found that out.
Which is part of the reason why I asked him that question.
Yeah.
Like, what would Eminem do? Knowing that Eminem can't really take a joke well.
Yeah.
He doesn't do well with that. But Rude Jude got upset with me about that. 50 Cent doesn't give a fuck to the level that he's like supporting Trump now.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, your boy, that's how you get dropped from a label these days.
He's completely blacklisted.
Is he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where it stands, but apparently, I don't know if that's the sentence I would choose if you're taking a shot at 50 Cent for ragging on Diddy for banging dudes and spiking their drinks or whatever he was doing and filming it. Don't say, stop being a girl and talking about him. Like, I maybe would have chosen different words.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
You know
one
what
of
I
these
mean?
guys is calling it out.
Yeah, the guy calling you out for banging dudes. I don't know if he's being a girl. It's like, well,
You were kind of being a girl when you heard the
Yeah.
oh, fuck.
So he wants to bring the black community down worse than anyone else. Does he? Is that what 50 Cent wants to do?
That's all he talks about, right?
So if you just go, Biden is literally the Walking Dead. Trump didn't bother me for 4 years when he was in office. In fact, it saved me a few dollars.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't like his rhetoric. Maybe I do. Whatever. But to act like he's trying to that's all about his support for Trump. That's all that is. Trying to bring down the black community worse than anyone else. Why? Because he's telling possibly truths about Diddy, and he's going, I don't know, this Trump guy doesn't seem that bad. He didn't fuck me over. Now, since he didn't accept my offer to him, and he want to continue being a comedian, why don't you go make some movies with Michael Blackson and don't talk about me? I don't even know what that means. Who's Michael Blackson?
And check it out.
Have you ever? I figured the younger groups like you would understand that. Who the fuck's Michael Blackson? Did he make the Curtis movie or whatever?
It
About
looks like he
50
is
Cent's
a
movie.
Ghanaian American actor, a comedian based in the United States. Stage surname.
Did you say Ghanan? Is that
Stage
what he
surname
is?
is parody of Michael Jackson. Yeah, it's Michael Blackson.
Oh, Michael Blackson.
So I think he makes a blaxploitation style films.
All right. I find it funny when they first try to crucify somebody, they'll go through the media first, and they're just flooded with lies and propaganda. I'm not concerned about Curtis. He's Uncle Tom, and that's just what he is.
Ooh.
I don't know that I'd call 50 Cent an Uncle Tom.
Yeah, I
It
wouldn't.
seems,
I feel like he's probably the last guy I'd call that.
well,
Just
certainly.
given his career and his rhetoric
Yeah.
and how he carries himself.
Or call him that to his face because you don't want, 50 Cent's a
None of them
big
fucking
dude.
will.
I wouldn't fuck with that guy.
No.
But that's not why I'm saying that. I'm saying that, like, there's a lot of things you can say about 50 Cent. You can rag on his music. You can say, where's he been all these years? Oh, he's coattail rider of Dre and Eminem. There's lots of things you could say about him. But an Uncle Tom?
No.
I don't know. I'd need more information on that. Diddy was devastated, particularly after his sons were ordered from the LA home with guns pointed at their heads. King and Justin were detained while they raided the mansion. Diddy is now focused on spending time with his daughters and mother. Yeah, go back to home base.
There you go, Diddy.
Yeah. I mean, when this shit's going on,
How do you look your wife in the eyes after that? She's got to know.
yeah, that's tough. It's tough. But going home to mom, to the wife of your kids or whatever, and your daughters, That's where he's focused. Yesterday, there was a gross overuse of military level force. This is what he said the other day. As search warrants were executed at Mr. Combs' residences, there's no excuse. His lawyer said that. We'd read that. In February, Stevie J, who was a longtime cohort of Diddy's, was named in a lawsuit by Lil Rod, Rodney Jones, who was suing Diddy for alleged groping and possible drug-induced rape. He claims he was also sexually assaulted by a female cousin of Combs' girlfriend, Young Miami, and forced to watch a video of record producer Stevie J having sex with another man.
Uh-oh.
So
you think
that
Stevie's
apparently
trying to make this a cop issue and not a, hey, please don't look at my gay sex tape issue?
Well, I think showing video of Stevie J banging a dude to this other guy who's now suing him, there's more to that story as to why would Diddy do that? Why would Diddy be interested in showing this video going, that's Stevie J? Well, Jones claims in the lawsuit that among the many instances of harassment involved him having to watch Stevie J, whose real name is Stephen Jordan, having sex in the video. Stevie J recruited sex workers, participated in group sexual encounters called freakouts. The freakouts. Stevie J has branded the allegations against him false, adding his lawyer will be handling shit going forward. Now, this gets weird because adult film star D'Angelo Knockout Marquis, he claimed the images referred to in the suit are actually of him banging another dude. Marquis said, they will not bring him down off my name. Try again. This is not him. It's me. Y'all really be trying it. Filing claims that Combs knew Jones looked up to and idolized Stevie J. So this whole, if you can get a dude to suck your dick, you can get him to do anything. So this young guy idolizes Stevie J, and part of the grooming that is alleged that he was doing was, look, even Stevie J's banging dudes. Everybody's
trying
doing
to show him. It's like, hey, that's just what it is over here. This is how we record.
This is what entertainment business is about.
Yeah.
You fuck dudes in the ass.
You make an album, you fuck your homie.
Yeah, duh. I know it's not out there. You don't see it everywhere, but look, here's a video of Stevie J doing it. And so he was constantly showing him videos of Stevie J doing it. So that's like showing, like when I was younger, videos of Nikki Sixx just all over some dude.
There are plenty of videos
like,
kind of like that, but
man.
without the dudes. At
What's
least
that?
Nikki Sixx had those videos. They were just not with the dudes.
Right. But if it's like, look, even Sixx is doing it, dude. Sixx is fucking boning Tommy all the time. Check it out.
Yeah.
I don't know that would convert me.
I don't think so.
I doubt it, but maybe. Maybe if it was like, yeah, we're about to sign you, Mike Walters, to a record deal, but you got to suck my dick, and I'm the producer, and I'd be like, I'm not sucking dick, I'm not gay, and they're like, Nikki Sixx sucks dick. Here's a video of it.
Hey.
I mean, it would lessen the blow for me.
Yeah.
No
I mean,
pun
like,
intended.
if it ever gets out, it'd be like, well, Nikki Sixx did it too,
Sixx
man.
did it too.
He's cool, right?
Yeah,
They
Nicky's
all like
always
him.
been cool. He wrote Home Sweet Home, man. He wrote Girls, Girls, Girls. Dr. Feelgood. So, Combs is led to have shared the video with Jones to ease his anxiety concerning homosexuality. I don't know if anxiety is a word.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's anxiety. It's,
What it would be. I don't know what another good word would be. Maybe anxiety.
I mean,
is
given
the
everything
word.
that's come out, I don't think he's very anxious about his gay tendencies.
Yeah. Combs apparently told him this is normal practice in the music industry. Look, even Stevie J's doing it. The producer has been associated with Diddy for years, and until 23 was married to the widow of Biggie Smalls, a.k.a. Christopher Wallace, a.k.a.
Notorious B.I.G.
Notorious N.I.G. B.I.G. Got it.
Whoa.
All the time. I
Every
always
time.
fuck that up. I don't know what's wrong with me. The Notorious B.I.G. The Notorious B.I.G. We all know who Christopher Wallace is.
Yeah.
Christ's sakes. The raids came after Diddy was hit with a slew of lawsuits alleging sexual assault, rape, and other crimes after he settled with his ex-girlfriend Cassie's similar lawsuit in November. That one lasted less than a day. And he was like, all right, pay the bitch, pay the bitch.
I remember that. As soon as it came out, he's like, paid.
So a lot of people go, wanted to get rid of that one real quick, didn't we?
Yeah.
We didn't want to let this one sit on the docket and have the press get a hold of it.
Well, especially if it goes to something like Discovery and they start digging
Right.
into money and files.
Yes. So there's a couple things. Now, the easy thing is to jump on that and go, oh, yeah, man, that bitch had the dirt. And you wanted to get it to where it's like, yeah, I'll give you $20 million, but you shut the fuck up. You
Yep.
say one word and you're in breach, and then you owe me the 20 million and 20 million on top, whatever it would have been.
Yeah.
That's one way to look at it. Or Diddy is close to a billionaire, if not a billionaire. And
Yeah,
it's
and
just
just
like,
said, fuck off.
Just fuck off. I'm not dealing with this for one more hour. Write that bitch a check. I won't even notice it's missing out of my account.
Is the Diddy
and let
defense
her
or the
go.
Trump defense?
Right. So there's different ways you could look at it. I totally get that of just like, wait, I can write a check and make this go away? Good. Do it. And if you've got unlimited, it's the people that don't have money that really deal. But when you're talking about the ultra wealthy, and Diddy would be one of
Diddy,
those.
who had $1 billion at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And might only have 900 million now.
Oh, no.
Like, yeah.
He's struggling.
Yeah, it's easy.
Actually, I think it's
So-
down to 800, so he's really hurting right now.
Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I've sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation as if it was Meek Mill's asshole. I might have added that last part.
Oh, okay.
And my legacy, Diddy wrote December 6th. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. Yeah, and then he says, I decided to, blah, blah, blah with Cassie, do it amicably. The suit alleged he controlled and abused her for over a decade, plying her with drugs, beating her, and forcing her to have sex with male prostitutes while he watched and recorded it.
Yep.
I don't get that, but he would not be the first guy that was into that.
I was going to say the whole cuck thing. I never got that.
I've never gotten the cuck thing ever. This idea that other dudes are deep dicking your girl, or maybe it's a power thing when it's like, I'm going to watch this dude fuck this dude and film it.
Yeah,
I don't get that
don't get it
either.
Unless you're getting paid to film it, like you're just the videographer on a set.
Yeah.
I don't get being the third guy in a room of people fucking.
No.
Like unless you're in the fucking, I don't know why you're there. That's my whole thing.
Just before the end of their relationship, him and Cassie, he apparently forced his way into her home and raped her. Liza Gardner, Joey Dickerson Neal also filed papers claiming the rapper sexually assaulted them in the early 1990s. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. I guarantee you there was shit going on though. I guarantee
you there was a lot of
It's always the same and always different. There's always a bunch of naked guys having a wonderful time together.
I almost want to call Jerry from the Jacks and see if he's
His
following
lowdown
this
on
story and just see like, is this kind of normal? This idea of film? Should we call Jerry?
Sure.
You playing the drop reminded me. Let's call Jerry from the Jacks. Maybe he won't be around.
Okie dokie, Mike.
San Francisco Jacks, Jerry.
He's got to get sick of us at some point. Why do these guys keep calling me with gay questions? They already hired a homo. Just ask him.
Yeah. Let's call him. If he answers, he answers. If he doesn't, we'll move on. But
Just tell him I'm here. He'll jump to the phone again. Oh, hello.
my.
Hello, we are not available now. Please leave your name and number after the beep.
That's not Jerry. Hold on. Let me try this.
Yeah, there's no meows or woofs.
No, that wasn't Jerry. I've got 3 numbers. One of them's the Jacks line. One of them's Jerry's cell. One of them's like a home line. So I don't know. Last time we left quite a lengthy message before.
I think it was as soon as you mentioned.
Hey, Mike, I was thinking of you today.
Did you say you were thinking about me today?
I was thinking about you. I was thinking, how are things in Michigan? It's a pretty wild state.
It's a pretty wild state. Yes, Jerry, how are you? It's good to hear your wonderful
I'm pretty
voice.
well.
Yeah, what are you doing? You sound like you're outside.
I am outside. I'm walking across the street, and I'm going to the bus stop, and I'm going to go home.
Oh,
I've just been out at the office, and then I was out at the old folks' home to see a friend.
Okay.
And, thinking about how lucky I am to have so many friends.
Oh, you have too many friends. It's crazy.
I have
But
too many.
you're such a great person, Jerry, that your friends adore you, and I'm one of them.
How are you, Mike?
I'm doing very good. I've got a house under renovation, and
Oh, good.
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy around here.
I bet you have to camp out.
I'm gonna have to tonight because my bedroom has been commandeered. It's covered in plastic, and they're painting it. They're painting the room, so it's kind of a nightmare over here, but it's good. All the stuff's coming together, and you
Right.
know, yeah. I've got Garrett here as well.
Hey, how's it going, Jerry?
Oh, good.
Do you remember Garrett from last time we talked?
I remember. I haven't met him, but we've talked about him.
Yep.
Yes. Okay, good. I know you've got a great memory.
I'm the fellow gay
Right.
friend.
Yeah, he's a friend of gay. He's actually
Dorothy,
gay.
we say. Friend
What's-
of Dorothy.
Friend of Dorothy. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Yes, friend of Dorothy.
Yeah.
So that means you are gay if you're friend of Dorothy, right?
Okay.
Not just supportive.
Right.
Right.
Sweet. Now
Yeah,
I know.
Oh, he's a dear friend of Dorothy. I mean, good friend. He's best
I
friends
look
with
forward
Dorothy.
to meeting him in person.
Oh, you'd love him. He's handsome. He's tall. He's thin. Just like you like him, Jer. Yeah.
Well, I like a lot of them.
Okay, that's good. That's true.
Good to keep your options open.
Hey, I don't know how open you can talk right now because you said you were getting on a bus, and I don't want to make things uncomfortable for you. But
Well, I don't think the bus is coming for a few minutes. I think we're okay.
Well, I wondered if you're following this P. Diddy story. Sean Combs, P. Diddy.
Right, and all that trafficking business and so forth.
Yeah.
I knew that he was arrested and accused, but I don't know anything much more than that.
Well, what do you think? I always thought the black community, and especially the rap community, like the hip hop community, really was not a friend of Dorothy. They were not like cool with the gay community. Do you believe that to be true by and large? Obviously, there's exceptions.
I would not be surprised if that were true.
What? Which part?
That they don't cotton to, Dorothy and her friends.
Yeah, and so what that means is it doesn't mean that black people aren't gay. It means that they're going to have to hide it a lot more.
I think that has been the trend historically.
Yeah.
It's been tougher for black guys and gals in their community. A lot of it has to do with the fact that the church is so important in that community.
Yes, very
is true.
true.
Yes.
Very true. Well, Diddy is accused. It sounds like what was going on. Some of the reports are that he had cameras all over his house, and he would have these parties, and he would like groom people into having gay sex with each other.
Mostly
like,
younger, up-and-coming males in the rap
male,
community.
Weird.
yeah, and then he'd have this blackmail video of them, and so
Oh, blackmail.
yeah. See what you did there.
Blackmail the blackmails.
I'll play you a little audio. This is supposedly P. Diddy with one of the Meek Mill is his name. He's
Yep.
an artist. Tell me if this audio sounds legit to you.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Does that sound like it's legit? Jerry? Oh,
I didn't hear anything.
you couldn't hear that?
Oh, no.
No. It was just silence.
Oh, you know what? It's on the same thing. Oh, God. It's on. You know what? I'm on the phone with you and it's on my phone. Can you play it?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'll have Garrett pull it up so you can hear it.
All right.
I think it's important to the story.
Oh,
And
I'm on the bus. I'm listening.
are you getting on the bus?
I'm on the bus.
Oh, you're on the bus.
Yeah.
All right. Are you on the BART?
No, I'm on a bus.
Oh, just a bus.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Could you hear that?
There was something way, way off in the distance.
Yeah.
Very low volume.
It was supposedly recorded on an iPhone through a door.
Yeah. And it was P. Diddy putting it to Meek Mill. Yeah. Well, it's too bad you
Exclusive.
couldn't hear it. If you were here in person, you could hear it better and no. But I don't know, Gary. I don't know, Jerry. So do you think there's do you run into a lot of gay black males in California?
I know they're a lot more open with it
Of
all.
course, there are quite a few.
Quite a few.
Have you noticed a rise in the gay black male community?
I know some really nice ones.
Yeah, that's good. Have you noticed it's been like more frequent recently?
Oh, I'm sorry?
He's asking if you've noticed an uptick over the years in the black community. Like, is it becoming more comfortable?
I don't think I've seen any difference, but by the time I meet these people, they're already, still, so to speak, out far enough.
Yeah. All right.
So,
Hey, Jerry, I'll call you back at another time. It's great to hear your voice. It's kind of hard to hear you through the bus.
right, I understand.
Yeah.
Keep docking.
What's that?
Keep docking.
Oh, yes, docking. Do you know the definition of docking?
Of course I do.
What is it?
It's the insertion of one man's penis into the foreskin of another.
Very good.
Spot on.
You nailed it. That's your voice check. That's how we know it's you.
Yep, that's going to be our secret
right,
word.
Yeah. Safety.
Jerry, you have a wonderful rest of the day, my friend, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Mike. It's wonderful to hear from you.
Always great to hear you, too.
All right, give my love to Eve.
Oh, I will.
Okay.
Okay, buddy. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Docking is the insertion of one man's glands into the foreskin of another's.
See how calm he is there? He knows.
Perfect. Every word.
Yeah, he nailed it. I found this story. By the way, Lizzo has come out and addressed quitting. And
Is she not quitting anymore?
No, of course not. She's got a it was a rage quit, they call it.
Yeah. I've
which
had a
is kinda
couple of those.
Yeah, I get that. I get the rage quit,
I've
the
had plenty
rage
of those, yeah.
everything. Yeah. But she's kind of walking it back now. When I say quit, I mean quit giving any negative energy attention. So not making money.
Yeah.
She's not going to quit making money. What I'm not going to quit is the joy of my life, which is making music and connecting to people. And I know I'm not alone. In no way, shape, or form am I the only person experiencing that negative voice that's louder than the positive. Yeah, you brought most of that on yourself.
I was going to say, Lizzo,
Sorry.
you probably should have just not listened to the negative shit in the beginning.
Yeah.
You should know, as a big fat black chick in the music industry, you're going to get made fun of a little bit. It happens.
Or
especially one touting their fatness as a selling point.
But that was the selling point. It was like there's lots of fat chicks in music. Most of them understand, like, oh, this kind of sucks that I'm fat. Thank God I've got this amazing voice. Lizzo took a different route, and Lizzo was like, I'm fat, and you will like it. And it was like, some of us went, the fuck I will? No, it's kind of gross. And you promoting it as awesomeness was like insulting to most people. Even fatzos like me were like, shut up, Lizzo. Stop it. If I can give one person the inspiration or motivation to stand up for themselves and say they quit letting negative comments win, then I've done even more than I could have hoped for. I'm going to keep moving forward and keep being me. Blah, blah, blah. She said, to those that did reach out to me, it means more than you know.
I don't know. I got her original post up here. It doesn't sound like she really meant it to be just music. It sounds like she quit in general.
What did she say?
She said, I'm getting tired. Let me try and get this right. I'm getting tired of putting up with being dragged by everybody in my life and on the internet. All I want is to make music and make people happy and help the world be a little better and how I found it. A little better than how I found it. Man, she writes terribly.
Yeah, she does.
But I'm starting to feel like the world doesn't want me in it. I'm constantly up against lies being told about me for clout and views, being the butt of every joke every single time because how I look, my character being picked apart by people who don't even know me and disrespecting my name. I didn't sign up for this shit. I quit. Peace.
Yeah, but you did sign up for that shit.
Yeah, you did. Because being famous.
That's how that works.
No matter who you are.
Yeah, and just being, like we've talked about before, just being fat and singing doesn't make you a target, an onslaught of target. Of course, there's trolls and assholes out everywhere who are going to make fun of anybody for anything. They see anything wrong with you, any deformity, any weight issues, anything, they're going to poke fun at that.
Like Aretha Franklin never got hit for being fat all the time. I mean, she was a slob, but it was never the fat thing.
Probably she got lots of it, but not like Lizzo would experience.
Exactly.
And Lizzo wants to act like, oh, that's because I'm black.
Exactly. That's why I'm trying to bring Aretha Franklin. Like, hey, hold up.
Yeah.
There's other fat black artists out there that are doing just fine.
You got the avalanche of shit you did simply because you tried to make it sound like I am what I am and you is what you is. And if you fat, you perfect and beautiful, don't change a thing. And everybody went, wait, we recognize that almost all of America's overweight, but we also all recognize that that's not a good
it's
thing.
a bit of a health epidemic.
That's a problem. That's a problem. We don't know what to do about it. We're slobs, so we can't fix it ourselves.
Nope.
But we still recognize it's a problem. And Lizzo almost had an attitude like, you perfect the way you is.
Yeah.
And it's like, no.
No, some people aren't. Sorry. I'm not.
No. So, yeah, that's why she got so much shit. But she didn't quit. For all you huge
Lizzo
fans out there, yeah, she's not quitting. So good for them. I would be just fine in my world, never, ever hearing a Lizzo song, knowing anything about her, who she is. She would just go on. The only reason I even comment on her ever twice a year is because she makes some stupid.
It's usually because she put herself out there.
She puts herself out there, and it's like, oh, that's hilarious.
Yep.
You've got 10,000 pounds of people on stage right now, and that's just weird. We're used to
That's
seeing
just your dancers.
That's just your dancers and you.
Wait till she gets out there.
We're used to seeing, what the traditional thing is, and okay, she's filling a niche there, but then it's like, okay, that's cool. If it would have just been like, here's my 6 fat dancers and me.
Yep.
And I can't have hot ones. That would make me look doubly ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
So that's fine. You got your fat chicks up there with you. It's and if it's empowering and makes big fat people who normally don't even want to leave their house feel comfortable going to that show, more power to them. But at the same time, that shouldn't be a fucking empowerment show where you're like, oh yeah, we're awesome and healthy like this. No, that's the part where you lose.
You're
me.
not healthy. I'm
Like,
sorry.
Doing that, I believe there's groups of people. ICP proved this years ago.
Yeah.
Like, we can get our group of fucking degenerate, juggalos, whatever we are. We're weirdos and we're into this thing. Great, good for you. You guys have fun.
Yep.
Go celebrate each other. Dress however you want. Wear whatever you want. Be, while other people laugh and you feel safe in this group. That's awesome. Lizzo could have been that too for fat chicks. And it's just, but you step into my world and our world when it's like, no. We're on the verge of collapsing an entire health system because of the way we've all done ourselves.
Yeah, the insurance companies right now can't even keep up with the amount of health issues in America.
And wait.
Yeah.
Just wait 10 years.
Oh, it's bad.
Just wait. I better fix this.
Yeah.
It's because this is going to be a massive strain on
emphasis on massive and strain.
Yeah, it's going to be so much worse because I see so many people now that it's like, oh, you're $3 bills and you're 20.
Yep.
You know what I look like? I might look like shit now, but when I was 20, I didn't look like shit.
Yeah.
And for many, many years after I was 20, I didn't look like shit. Because the thing is, as you get older, you start to recognize the invincibility that you felt you had that was going to last. I'm not going to be like my dad who can't fucking run anymore. No, that day's
you're gonna hit a wall and you're going to grow a little bit.
You're going to get to that point, and then you're going to realize, oh my God, all those years I was making fun of older people. Like, now it's me. Now it's me who might trip over a curb, or it's me that can't fucking pick them up and put them down and just walk up 9 flights of stairs.
Yep.
That's the reality that we all get to. So when I see people that are 15, 20, and they're fucking, and it's not glandular. They're not all glandular. They're fucking huge.
No, that is,
they're blowing
I don't
out
feel
their
like cooking
shoes.
dinner tonight, so I'm just buying my kids McDonald's at least 4 times a week.
And I see them everywhere. You all see them everywhere. And that's going to get so much worse from 20 to 40 and 40 to 60 and 60 to whatever else. It's going to get so much worse. So that's what I see. And it's like, so whatever healthcare issues we have now are going to be magnified by an infinite number soon.
Oh, yeah.
That's the reality.
Well, the funniest thing is, too, it's almost, not saying I'm famous or anything like that, but it'd be like me
you're
back
getting there.
a couple of years ago if it was, I had a health issue for being too skinny. It was the opposite of being too fat.
People hate you right now.
See,
They fucking
exactly.
hate
And that'd be
you.
like me saying, like, everybody should be skinny like me. It's okay to be skinny.
Yeah.
Like, just reversing roles and think about it in my head.
Well,
like,
what
dude,
were you doing? Making yourself puke?
No. So I, after the military, I had a horrible thing of depression, right? And I stopped eating for the longest time. I just would forget to eat. It just never crossed my mind. I didn't get hungry. My body
Very
didn't feel like it.
relatable.
Yeah.
Lots of people can relate to
Exactly.
that.
But I got to a point where I was 6'1", I think 130 pounds, and my lung collapsed.
Oh, yeah.
I ended up in the hospital for 3 days with what they call the
that'll do it, dude.
spontaneous partial pneumothorax. I like to
Say
call
that
it
again. Partial spatial.
partial pneumothorax.
Okay.
Spontaneous partial pneumothorax, what they call it. I kept telling the doctor I had wobbles, weak-ass, bitch-ass lung syndrome.
Okay.
And he said, yeah, that works too. They loved me in the hospital. I was
Oh, I
funny,
bet. Yeah.
but I didn't want to be there.
No. Did you get? You're not 135 now.
No,
What are you
no,
now,
I'm
like
way bigger now. Yeah,
160?
I'm 160.
160.
Yep.
Okay. If you would have said 155, I would have.
I teeter in 155, 160 range.
Yeah. You're fucking skinny as shit.
Yeah, I get
what
that.
jean size are you? Waist.
Oh, fuck. I think 22 waist, 23 long.
No.
Yeah.
23 long? No, you've got to be longer than that.
Probably longer than that. I
32?
usually just
No.
It's hard to find pants for me. I usually have to
32
go
long.
32 long. My
30,
bad.
not 23. I was
No.
like, dude, you're not.
No.
What are you wearing? Knickers?
My bad.
Yeah. So 32. So I right now like 30. 6 and they're baggy. So like 35, 34,
Yep.
which I always was at the Drill Mike Show. I was 34, 30s,
Yeah.
32s. And that's, what I am now. And I've got to put a new hole in my belt and shit
Yeah.
like that. But yeah,
My whole thing about saying that, it's like, it's not that I should be out there toting people like, you could be skinny like me. It's like, no. Like, you should be promoting a healthy lifestyle, because obviously people wanted my body size. It's not a healthy lifestyle. I just got depressed and stopped
can
eating.
be. Yeah. See, some people get depressed
shouldn't be
and they
promoting that.
can't stop eating.
Yeah,
They
that's the exact. I hear that too.
See, when I get stressed, like if I get really depressed or stressed or scared of something, like if I've got I don't know what it would be, give a speech in public, for instance, and it's like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. Something like that, that wouldn't do it for me. But in something along those lines,
something that stresses you out a lot.
I wouldn't be able to eat. I don't eat.
See, that's what I do.
So
I don't eat.
thank God, because I know a lot of people that nervous eat and stress eat.
Exactly, and I feel like when
if I
Lizzo
stress,
is
I
out here
can't
promoting this whole like, oh, be healthy at any size, be
Yeah.
yourself at any size. It's like, whoa, there's a lot of people, me even as a skinny person included, like who
Yeah.
should not be okay with their body. Like they need to work on some shit.
Yeah.
It's okay. You can work on shit.
Yeah, just don't act like it's healthy as shit.
No, it's
that's,
not
That's
healthy.
the only issue I
Being
have
too
with
fat or
Lizzo.
too skinny ain't
I don't
healthy.
care. By the way, speaking of AI, I said AI is going to have to fix this at some point.
Yep.
We're getting there sooner than later. I thought this was adorable. More than 200 recording artists of all ages and genres have signed an open letter denouncing the use of AI, artificial intelligence,
Yep.
in the music industry. Hilarious.
Yeah, you're not going to win that one.
No.
Sorry, it's already happened. They're bringing back Beatles songs.
Yeah. It was put together by the nonprofit Artists' Rights Alliance and signed by artists including Billie Eilish, Ja Rule, John Bon Jovi, the Jonas Brothers, Katy Perry, Miranda Lambert, Imagine Dragons.
I'll put it like this: these guys right now are the equivalent of Lars from Metallica going against Napster,
or worse.
Yeah.
It includes Nicki Minaj, Mumford & Sons, Pearl Jam, R.E.M., Sam Smith, Sheryl Crow, Smokey Robinson, Stevie Wonder, the estates of Frank Sinatra and Bob Marley.
Well, Frank's been getting hit the worst.
Yeah, they're
They're
using
putting
a lot
his
of
songs,
Franks.
a lot of his voices on other songs. It's actually come kind of a thing like Frank Sinatra on rap
Yeah.
songs.
Really?
Yep.
That would work.
Yeah, it's kind of fun actually.
Kind of cool, to have that.
And a lot of it is
that
mostly
cr-
joke. Like a lot of the AI right now is just joking. And here's the funniest thing about those artists: a lot of them, their producers are already using AI.
Of course.
One of the greatest tools to come out of
Dude.
AI for musicians, and I'm following this because I'm part of it, right? Is they have AI that will take the lyrics out of songs. Just cut all the lyrics out. You can have just the backing tracks, and then it'll separate out all the basic tracks.
Yeah.
AI.
Huge. You
It's
used to
fucking
have
huge in music.
You used to you needed to have the master track
Yeah.
where you could separate
Exactly.
Track
Like, you
1
had
and
to
2
have
is
all the fucking
guitars, track
masters.
3 is vocals, track 4 is drums, and separate them. And producers have done that.
Yep.
I have buddies that do that.
I used to have to do it like that.
Yeah, it's fun as shit when you get just like if you're trying to learn a guitar part or a
Yep.
drum part or a bass line, you used to have to take like the left and right on a stereo recording and
Yep.
be like the
Turn the
bass is
treble
on the
up,
left,
bass low.
and turn all the way to the left if you wanted to learn the bass part of a Ramones song, or something, or an AC/DC song, or go all the way to the right and try to pan out what you
Yep.
could with a home stereo.
And you're kind of recording it with like another recorder, trying to get
Yeah.
that guitar part.
But being able to strip those, and sometimes there's bleed over. I bet AI eliminates
one kick,
bleed over.
It's literally like one click, and you pretty much get most of the bleed overs gone. It's all
Yeah.
lyrics cut out. Everything's separated in the master
Yep.
track. It's one of the best. I gotta
So-
remember the name of the tool.
Back when, like, you go back to '78 when Van Halen's recording Van Halen 1, and it's like you've got, oh my God, I want to hear isolated tracks of Eddie Van Halen, and you can hear those, but you'll also hear David Lee Roth screaming some shit like underneath it, coming through the walls into his microphone that's being picked because they recorded live.
That's what it's called. It's La La AI.
La La AI.
Yep. It just removes. It's basically splits the vocals and instrumentals quick, like very quick.
I don't think they have a problem with this.
Yeah.
So this type of AI is helping them. It's good for them. First off, I'll stop right here and say, for all you musicians out there that are like, oh my God, AI, and it goes deeper than this is about taking over, like they don't need us anymore. But the AI stuff, how is that any different than sampling or music software that
even
DJs
parodies.
are using?
Yeah.
Think about what DJs do, where one guy with a fucking turntable and headphones can get a stadium full of people to go nuts. It doesn't require someone physically playing a bass, a drums, a vocalist running around a stage like all these people did. So the infancy of AI technology, if you will, was the DJ.
I agree.
The DJ coming in and being able to fucking jack up a crowd. So it's going to get
I've been to rap shows.
way
They
worse.
always have a DJ come up first to get everybody going.
Yeah, of course.
And all they're doing
Comedy
is just
shows are
playing
doing
songs
that now.
together. Yeah.
Comedians are doing that. You know, you don't go see Dave Chappelle live. He's
No.
without a DJ there.
Exactly.
That DJ is backstage in their green room, and he's on stage with them.
Yep.
And this letter urges industry leaders to cease the use of AI to infringe upon and devalue the rights of human artists, warning against deepfakes and cloning, which are becoming major concerns. The organization says technology will keep evolving. They want to protect AI from being used in certain ways. Yeah. Okay.
How?
Yeah. You
Because
are
like the
going
worst
to
they're going to
lose
do
this.
right now, I mean, the worst they're doing is just taking people's voices and putting them over different songs or making them say things.
Yeah.
We all know that's AI.
Yeah.
Everybody knows right away. Like, yeah, Billie Eilish didn't say like Billie Eilish didn't sing a racist song or something. Like,
Right.
Fucking.
Right.
Can't even think of one right now. Either way.
Yeah, but that's
like-
a good example.
Exactly.
Like we all know Billy Walsh or Billie
Eilish,
Eilish
yeah.
didn't sing,
We're trying to think of like
folks
a racist
next
song. Yeah.
door to me. Wait, the house next door to me was sold to
Little Johnny Rebel.
yeah, right. Insert word there. Billie Eilish probably wasn't going to sing
No.
those lyrics, right? It also notes that irresponsible uses of AI could lead to decreased royalty payments for artists. Yeah, that's already happening.
Yeah.
That's why get your money now. Do your tours and get your fucking
I
bag
was gonna say
now.
most of royalties is nothing anyways. It's always tours. That's
Yeah.
how these people are getting paid.
It's tours. It used to be what they called mailbox money, and you would get every month from BMG.
Whatever your album
or
sales were,
whatever.
here's what you get. Plays
And-
on the radio.
Dude, and I've talked to Steve Poltz, for instance, about this, who's got what is that movie, Jack Frost?
Let me check.
Is that the one Tim
Tim Curry?
no. Was that a Tim Allen movie or a
I think it was Tim
No,
Allen.
no, it wasn't Tim Allen. It's played Johnny Dangerously. What's his fucking name? I think it's called Jack Frost. Big actor, big actor. It's a good movie. But he would note that every Christmas season, all of a sudden the fucking mailbox money would get huge because he had a song in that movie.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, I reached out to Steve because I stumbled into that movie. I'd never seen it. I believe it's called Jack Frost. And in the part of that movie that his song comes in, it's literally a perfect fucking fit. I was like, oh my God, no, not only do I know this song and Steve, you could not fit a better melody and lyrical structure in that part of the movie. I was like, dude, this fit fucking perfect. And that's when he went, well, I always know when Jack Frost is playing because the checks get a lot thicker.
Yeah, it's the mailbox money comes in.
Yeah, that money comes in. I don't know how that still works for them. Yeah, who was in Jack Frost? Did you find the cast of that at all? Or
No, actually, the mouse just started breaking.
Oh, God. Let me see.
Our Mises is broken again.
Yeah, that happens. Well, do you need a new one? I'll get a new one.
No, no worries. I'll figure it out. I'm getting there. It's
It's a huge fucking actor. God damn it.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
Yep.
Thank you. Played fucking Batman, for Christ's sake.
Yep.
Yeah, Michael Keaton is in that movie. And the scene that Poltz's song hits, I can't remember where it is, halfway through the movie or something. It's
Look
just
at the mouse
great.
go.
What?
That's what the mouse is doing.
Oh, nice.
Just drifting.
Hey, nerds. Nerd alert. We need a nerd alert drop.
Yep.
So we believe that when used responsibly, AI has enormous potential to advance human creativity. But for working musicians, artists, and songwriters who are just trying to make ends meet, this could be catastrophic if we decrease their royalty payments. That's coming, kids. So make your touring money now. That's all I'm going to say. So it enables the development and growth of new and exciting experiences for music fans everywhere if it's used in the right way, AI. Unfortunately, some platforms and developers are employing AI to sabotage creativity and undermine artists, musicians, and rights holders. Unchecked, AI will set in motion a race to the bottom that will degrade the value of our work and prevent us from being fairly compensated. We must protect against predatory use of AI to steal professional artists. The letter comes as conversations about the use of AI continue across the entertainment industry, from films and TV to music. In March, country artists widely supported Tennessee, their governor, Bill Lee. He signed the Elvis Act, ensuring likeness, voice, and image security act, which protects artists from unauthorized use of their voice, name, image, and likeness.
Yeah, but that's always been the case. Like, that's why a lot of the Wu-Tang mixes I was talking about the other day and the music I make, I do a lot of sampling that I never really clear. So it's like I already know I'm not allowed to make money off my own music just because I sample the stuff that I haven't cleared. Yeah. It's like there's already all these rules that they're talking about are already in place.
This is so...
It's the same as sampling.
This is so minuscule. I'm going to go to a bigger discussion about this stuff, okay? This is not going to be about royalty figures or... You've got to understand what is about to happen with, like, if you're a writer on a TV show, if you're a coder who's building software, your careers are over.
Yeah, well, that was the best part. They kept saying, "Oh, learn the code, learn the code."
Yeah,
that was always the knock on the blue collar guys, mad about the internet's coming or the robots coming in their business.
Yeah, well, here's what's going to happen with this. So in 2007, you had the iPhone invention, and thinking about it, what I compare it to is compound interest. Okay, so I've asked the question before years ago, would you rather have a penny that doubles every day for a month? Okay, so think about that. A penny that doubles every day for a month. So on day one, you get a penny.
Yep.
The second day of the month, you get two pennies.
Then 4.
Then 4, then 8, then 16. So you could have a penny that doubles every day for a month, or you could have $1 million. I write you a check for $1 million right now. Which would you take?
It's got to be the penny. And I know the million seems quick up front, but that penny that keeps compounding. I'm trying to do the math in my head right now.
If you start doing the math in your head, you'll get to 2 weeks and you'll be at like fucking $2. And you're like, okay, this.
But that's what
I'll
I'm saying.
take the $1 million.
Yeah.
That's what you need to understand about compound interest. When you get to the end, and I can't remember the exact, it's worth like 2-point-something million. And it's a drastic difference if you go 30 days in a month versus 31. But the point is, you don't want the check for $1 million. You want the penny that doubles. What is it?
It is, if you ask the average person they want a penny doubled every 30 days or $2 million, they will likely say $2 million. And then it says the penny at the end of the month would be worth $5,386,709.12.
There you go. So it's not even close.
No.
So when you think about AI technology and the birth of the iPhone in 2007 to where we are now, which is 2024, you're talking about how many years? Do the math for me, because I stink.
724. Man, I stink at
24 minus 7.
We can do this so easily. It's 24 minus 7. It's
23, 2, 1, 20.
I'm waiting you.
18,
This is funny.
7, is it 17 years? Whatever it is, 15 years plus. We've gotten to this point now where it's crazy how much AI is able to do. Think about what AI has been able to do in the last 2 years. When you're talking about ChatGPT, you're going to look back at this as the Pong of our times, right? ChatGPT 4, 5. Look at what they're doing. There was a story a few weeks ago about Tyler Perry.
Yeah,
he's building a new movie studio. It's $800 million. $800 million.
Big.
He stopped development of that thing he was building, the studio he was building, mid-build, because he saw a video about what AI was creating as far as movies. And he went, we're fucked.
Yeah.
We don't need actors anymore. We don't need writers anymore. We don't need 100 cameramen on set. We don't need any of these people.
No,
AI is going to be able to churn out better scripts than humans could write. They're going to shoot it better than humans could fucking shoot it. That's the reality. And it will be so indistinguishable from what we see now today.
Yep.
It'll be so much better. And you're not talking about 50 years from now.
And I know now it looks stupid. It's very easy to tell what's AI, what's not. It looks like this now, but you give it.
Wait.
Just going off the 2 years it's been out, it's already gotten so much better, and it's just going to keep getting better.
Dude, and the way that the AI is developed, it's developed to reinvent itself.
Yeah.
like constantly learn and evolve. There's a word for what that's called. I can't remember what it is. But we are less than 10 years, less than 10 years from it being comical to have your favorite band. Like AI will blow that shit out of the water. And so these people that, you know, the Chris Newbergs of the world that write on a dozen TV shows and are in movies and do all that stuff. Like, dude, your job's days are so numbered. Like, I know it was funny a couple years ago when it was like, we're not going to need fucking McDonald's workers or check it.
Learn the code.
Learn to code.
They learned the code and now we're all fucked.
Yeah. You learn to code was
who's
the
safe for a
dumbest
while?
advice ever. And I don't know what we do.
A lot of the manual labor guys are safe. I'm good.
Some of them until you get robots that do it better. And here's the point of bringing in the compound interest is at first, when you're counting those pennies and you go 1 to 2 pennies to 4 pennies to 8 to 16 to 32 to 64, like I'm a week in and I've only got 64 cents. How much worse can it be in 3 weeks? What the counting to 64 is what it's been the last couple years.
Yeah.
It's going to go as this reinvents itself and gets better and better and better, your movies are going to look so stupid.
Well, yeah, a lot
the
of people,
dumb shit that we've filmed as human beings is going to look stupid.
Well, no, I was
in
gonna
a
say,
matter
a lot
of
people
years.
forget that like YouTube and Facebook, they seem like these sites that have been around forever. They both started in like 2005, like right before the iPhone.
Right.
These things that people have just had as a staple of their life for all of their life, most people. Like my brother, he's born in 2002. He doesn't know a time before like YouTube, Facebook, social media, Web3.
Of course.
He doesn't know anything before that.
And it's going to get
And he's a grown-ass adult. He's
substantially-
21. He can drink.
Yeah. It's going to get substantially faster. And I mean like a few years, not 10, 20, 30 years. This stuff will take over for doctors. You won't need a fucking doctor. You know how dumb our doctors are?
It already is.
Have you been to the doctor lately? They
don't know if you
can't
saw,
wait to send you to a
I was about to
specialist.
say.
When you've got an AI that is a specialist in everything, the known, and it's developing itself, what is your stupid fucking doctor going to be able to do?
No, I was
for
just
you?
about to say they're already testing it in Kenya where they have an AI that will detect a cough and tell if somebody has tuberculosis or not.
Yeah.
Immediately.
That is going to go from that robot testing tuberculosis to that doctor being the only doctor in Kenya in 5 years.
Yeah.
And being the one that can be seen at all times, doing Zoom
Right
things.
on your computer.
And right on your computer and being able to diagnose exactly what's going on with you and be able to prescribe you shit meant specifically for you.
Yep.
Like that's all coming. When you break it down with the DNA code, the coding that they're doing with our gene systems,
Genetic sequencing,
all that stuff. Derek's been telling me about this for years.
God damn it.
God damn it, Marcel. He's been talking about for years and years and years how when they get the final genetic sequencing down of all this, they'll be able to very precisely prescribe like this. It'll know what you're allergic to. Like I don't know. It's hopefully we're going to have to roll with it because there's no taking it back. They didn't ask for our input. They just did it. We're all going to have to deal with it. But I think it is fucking laughable on its face. Oh, Pearl Jam and REM doesn't like that AI. Well, we want the AI that works for us, but not the ones that affects our money.
Yeah.
How do we get all the good stuff with AI that we
want
like?
to be able to use the AI to turn out our music faster to make more money, but we don't want the ones that take our royalties.
How do we keep all the stuff we like about AI, but then keep all our money? That's what we want, you greedy fuckers.
Yeah.
You've already made mountains of cash, you fuckers. All you people that complain constantly about, oh, we got to green this and green that. You're the biggest violators.
No.
Flying all over the globe 1,000 times over with trucks and mountains of equipment. I don't want to hear from you now. I
That's why I
hope you
always say,
saved your
too.
money. I hope you saved your money.
If they're all so fucking worried about AI, you got to make your money off touring. Being seen in person is the one thing that AI can't replace, is you as a celebrity being seen in person.
Yes.
Not yet, at least. Who knows where the
Touching
robots go.
flesh with other human beings, high-fiving fans, signing autographs. That's what you're
gonna
going to be
your money.
relegated
That's
to.
it.
because you guys aren't getting any younger. You're not writing as cool a music as you once did, and AI is going to beat the shit out of you when it comes to that stuff too.
Yeah.
They are. It is.
Not my
it's
music,
coming. Not your weirdo shit.
I was going to say, my weirdo shit's safe for a while. I got a couple more years. I don't think an AI could figure out what Death Grips is. They're going to be like, what the this isn't music. I'm like, I know. That's why I like it.
That's why he likes it. He's a weirdo. What are you going to do? So yeah, I know it seems a little dark. I don't know where it goes, but just follow the video games. What other video games are doing? You know what I mean? The virtual shit with the video games. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's very cool. You know, I had the, you know, what again will look like Pong very soon. But when the warden was here with Marshy, I had the things on, and I'm just trying to like do basic shit in a car, and it's all around me, and it's like, oh, find the key to start the car, which will unlock the garage, and I'm just like, this is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Or playing the slice the fruit game with that
little
shit.
Fruit
on.
Ninja.
It wasn't Fruit Ninja, but along those lines, where you're just slicing shit.
Yeah.
With it. But it was cool as fuck. That was 4 years ago. I imagine if I threw that shit on now.
There's some wild stuff right now.
Wild stuff.
Yeah.
Wait for the porn to get here.
I
mean, the porn is here.
Oh, the porn's
porn
already here. Yeah, they already film it in VR.
Yeah.
But no, what I was gonna say is that actually the VR for me at least, it's getting to a point where I get sick if I'm in a headset too long because it's too realistic. I start getting motion sickness from some of the games.
I want to check out the new one because I think the
Oculus 2.
Is that the one that's like $3,000 or whatever?
I think it's like the MetaQuest.
Yeah, it is meta related.
Yep, MetaQuest 2.
But the other one was like, I don't know, I want to say like $1,200 to $1,800, like the one that Amanda had. I think G got it for Christmas.
Yeah, we had the Quest 1, I think, at my house.
Did
for a
you?
while. Yeah.
Like $1,000, right? $1,500.
Yeah, I think we got ours like secondary market pretty cheap, but
yeah, so expensive, no doubt about it, but not like, oh my god,
and it's already crazy.
Yeah, and it's very cool.
That was the game I was thinking about.
$3,000 one would be insane. I want to check it out.
I was going to say that the game I was thinking about that made me super sick because of how well it was done. Actually, it was called Boneworks. And they managed to figure out...
That sounds like a disgusting game. Are
it
you
does.
Sawing people apart? Is that what's going on in Boneworks?
No, I mean, most of the people that you find are actually just these weird mannequin-looking things. They're just enemies, right? What was cool to say, it was the first game to implement, like, realistic physics with VR. So, like, if you're firing a gun in this game, if you're using one hand, it's going to start popping up on you. You can put your hand on top of the thing, keep it down. You can lock it to a table.
See, dude.
It's like it had physical space in the game. That's what always fucked me up, is because you put your gun on a table and you hold it to it. There's nothing there in real life, so my hand's just on nothing.
Does it feel like your hands on the gun?
Yeah, you start getting like a sensation that you're in there, and you're like, "What the? No, that's not right." My brain just started getting lost.
Yeah, it'll trick your brain.
Oh yeah,
for sure it will, dude. And that is again infancy, but take it back to the compound interest. What we know about that and how it evolves. It is going to be not 10 years. It's going to be 5 years or less. When I don't know what people do.
Yep.
I don't know what like. You can already take me saying 2 sentences and do a podcast in the style of my voice, and it'd probably be funnier and better than me. Right?
Yeah, it probably would.
And it probably would. And if it's not today, as it evolves, it's going to be tomorrow.
100%.
And so, you know.
And it's going to get so precise, it's going to get down to like my little, like, yep, okay. You know, it's going to get right down to like my little idiosyncrasies and
it'll get
where I kind of intervene.
You almost have to think in terms of bigger like that, like the growth. Like maybe, do we have world leaders? Is maybe this is the ultimate push they're going for with the
new world order.
The new world order.
It's all going to be led by
we'll have
President John Eden. It's a Fallout joke. There's a couple people who probably get that one, but he's a AI that was created to be the perfect president.
There you go. Yep. President John, what is it?
John Henry Eden.
John Henry Eden. And if you've got a global John Henry Eden who's only making decisions that are for the absolute best of humanity.
And that's exactly what
it was. It's
not
politics. It's not fucking race issues. It's not the troubling bullshit that we squabble about now. But President Eden. Yeah. Eden. E-D-E-N, like that? Yeah, okay. The Garden of, as
exactly.
So if President Garden of Eden is making decisions that are literally best for us, like how soon would you want to get rid of a Trump or a Biden?
Yeah.
You'd be like,
well, especially when it comes to
guys.
AI and stuff. I know this is just Fallout, whatever sci-fi shit, but they actually had a really cool, like the way they implemented it was really cool, is that he gives you a little mission, a side mission, poison the water supply, but in a way that only kills anything mutated, including innocent mutated people.
Okay.
But it gets rid of all the mutations, and all the humans can live on without this radiation problem.
So
it's like that's some good thought
President
stuff.
Eden is already making decisions
Yeah.
I agree with.
Kill all the mutants.
Yeah.
But it gives
What do
you,
you
like,
do
a
with
moral
what does
dilemma.
President Eden do with criminals though? Like this guy,
kill him.
He
Come
just
on.
doesn't fucking learn.
No.
Does he take? Does President Eden take emotion out of it and go
100%.
This guy's been fucking. He won't stop robbing people.
Yep.
21. Look at all his mugshots. Can we delete this asshole?
That's exactly like how they portray him. It's perfect.
Really?
Yeah, it's just a
and he
computer
does
screen.
do that. He would delete humans that are a problem.
He runs the Enclave, which is like the old American government sort of thing. That's like kind of in this new world.
Yeah.
And
Swear
they
it's
will
going,
just
dude.
delete anybody they don't like. That's their whole thing.
See, but that seems more. It doesn't sound right. You know, if he's just deleting people that he doesn't
Yeah,
like.
exactly. That's
Maybe
the moral
that,
dilemma.
Yeah, it's a moral dilemma.
Do you help them, or do you delete the people with them?
I think I'm in favor of deletion.
Yeah.
Personally. That's
I mean,
just me personally.
In the game, the nukes kind of deleted enough people, so you can get a
Yeah.
little like, eh.
What if we get past the nukes and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff? If we're just dealing with, there's a lot of shitty human beings out there, but then it gets to a gray area. It's
Yeah.
like, well, this person's a shitty
What's the
human
shit
being
level
right
cutoff?
now. What's the shit level cutoff?
Yeah. Like he killed a guy, but it was self-defense. Like, is there a shit level cutoff there?
Yeah. This person's a slob and going to be a drain on our medical industry. But
Exactly.
I'd probably fall into that. They'd probably delete me.
Exactly.
And President Eden would delete me. And it's like, look, I know fuck, man. I like a Whopper. What are you going to do?
Stop making the Whopper
like
so good. How about that?
cheeseburgers,
Let's
you
delete the
know?
problem.
But I don't want him to delete me because, my diet stinks.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
No, and that's the scary part about AI is when you take the human emotion out of it.
Yeah.
And which human emotion can actually lead to a lot of problems too. But
Yeah.
when you take all the human emotion out of it and just start making decisions very clinically and precise,
Yeah.
you're going to get a lot of, well, that's the big problem they're having with AI right now is that they keep dropping new AIs and the AI keeps getting very racist very fast. 'cause
Oh,
it just
I
reads
love
the
it. It's
internet.
hilarious.
Yeah,
It's
and as soon as it reads the
hilarious.
internet, they're immediately, the first thing the AI does is just like, what's up with all these N-words? It's
Yeah.
like, oh, shit.
Shit. Oh,
Unplug,
hold
unplug.
on. Yeah, pour some water on him. Pour some water on him. Yeah, they immediately
Dude,
go
Google's been
fucking
hit with
dark.
that one a couple times now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Check
It's
out a new AI
hilarious.
rollout.
But you know what? That'll as it continues to evolve itself, it'll fix all that
Yeah.
stuff. And maybe it doesn't fix that stuff.
No, maybe it just, we go
Maybe
back
it just goes, maybe
we're going back to pre-Civil War and it's the robot's fault.
well, maybe it's like, oh no, I know you guys want to live in polite conversation, but the reality is this
Yeah.
is a fucking problem.
You're
Over and
tribal
over.
beings.
Yeah, you're all tribal beings. You people are not meant to be mixing together. We
Yeah.
got first things first. We got to separate
You
this shit.
stop hanging out. What the fuck's going on?
This is a problem, okay? President Eden is going to come and be like, you belong in this corner
Yep.
of the globe. You belong in this. I don't know what he does with us because
Maybe.
we stole this land. I don't
Yeah.
know where we go. I don't want to be on one of the poles.
I don't know. Maybe they'll have that whole thing where the strong will survive. Sometimes they do that kind of plot point in the
Yeah.
AI shit. So maybe
Well-
we get to say,
I'll go down early. I will not be the Sarah Connor in this or the John Connor in this.
no, I
argument.
won't either.
You know what I mean? You'd have a better shot than me.
I'd fight for it. Like, I'm not going to say I'm just going to like off myself and go, I give it a little go, but I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not changing the world. I'm not taking too many of those Terminators down. I might get one if I'm lucky.
Yeah,
But I ain't going down without a fight.
I don't even think I'd take one because I'd see the larger picture and be like, "Ugh, okay, great, I took one.
Oh,
out.
I just
Now
do
the
it. Just
other
say, I
million
just want to at
behind it
least
get
like
me."
when they find my body, be like, see, oh, he's doing something cool at least.
Yeah,
I don't want to be the guy who's like, oh, look at this fucking loser
problem
shot
is,
himself.
They're not going to wipe us out to like 10. They're going to wipe
No.
us all out. And
Yeah.
then who's ever going to be like, oh yeah, but my boy Garrett was cool. He
Let's
was
see if
taking
it carries
one
on a
out.
little bit. It carries on a little bit.
They'll be done with us.
I want to leave a lasting legacy. Let some other people fight for a little bit.
Yeah, our legacies don't mean shit.
No, but
For-
if I can
the further
inspire
this
the
gets
John
down the
Connor, then
road-
we're good.
Yeah.
You never know. You might get the one guy that was inspired by your fight.
Yeah, maybe. I think all the John Connor.
I know it ain't gonna be
I
me,
think in a
but-
Hollywood fucking movie it works out, but in reality,
No,
I think
it
we're
ain't. It
no
doesn't work
chance.
out, no.
I don't
We're
think
fucked.
it works out for us. So we've seen too many movies.
Yep.
I don't know if it can fix stuff like problems that we have. I did want to do one more story if you have time.
Yeah.
If you don't look like you have that big of a nose, not a big nose
No,
guy.
not-
I'm
not
either.
crazy.
I don't have a.
Yeah. It's pretty good for my face, I think.
Well, they're finding out you can tell how big a dude's cock is
Uh-oh.
by his nose.
Was this story written by a Jew?
Right? I know. I was thinking either Pinocchio wrote this or the Jewish community is throwing this propaganda out
I think
there.
this is, who's the artist, who's the
Well-
writer's name?
I don't have the writer's name, but it's a of course
Mort Schmeckelstein?
No, they did the study in Japan and South Korea. So they're
Okay,
very
so they're
hung up over there.
non-biased. It's not biased study.
They're very hung up on
Yeah.
what is going on with dick size. What is
South
wrong?
Park.
Yeah,
you see, my penis very small.
it's very small.
Yours very
penis.
big.
So it's a very common misconception. You can tell how big a dude's cock is by hands and feet.
Yeah.
Which I know is bullshit because my dad wears a size 7 shoe for a man. I
And
think
you know his cock size?
I know he's got a. Yeah, I think he's kind of hung.
All right.
Yeah.
And
Not
you're
that I've
really-
seen it in a long fucking time. Not since I was a toddler, but I unfortunately, and it wasn't passed down.
I see why your mom was upset about the cock blocking now.
Yeah, exactly. It's a big deal. So, so you can tell by what size shoes and gloves you wear, and I know this too. I go. My mom goes, I think I'm going to wear your dad's shoes. And I go, you can wear dad's shoes. And they're too big for her.
Yeah.
But I go, what size are those? Because I'm only a 9.
Oh, man, I'm on 11 and a half.
Yeah, I know. And I jokingly said to her, you married a guy with a size 7 shoe? She goes, that is not true. I wasn't even talking about
You're
dick
like, oh,
size.
shit.
I was like, fuck, man. Shut up. I don't need to know this. She's like, that is new. Huh, trust me. And I was like, shut up. I got it.
It's like, all right, Mom.
Jesus Christ. So a surgeon has revealed that a different body part, not hands and feet. And I know some dudes, small dudes. I know one. I'll never forget it. We were on Black's Beach in San Diego, which is a nude beach if you want it to be. Now, a lot of people on Black's Beach are not nude. But this is the one where in the mountains, you can see dudes have put mattresses in there. There's a lot of fucking gay stuff. You'd love it. You'd absolutely.
I'd probably have a great time.
Yeah, you'd have a ball. But seeing filthy mattresses tucked into these
See, I wouldn't touch the mattresses just out of.
It's weird.
That's too filthy.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. But a buddy of mine, we were there and we were all wearing matching bathing suits. My one buddy was
cute.
There was like 20 of us, and we were all just getting hammered on the beach, you know. And he's
Now, what's
like,
gayer, a forest mattress or a bunch of dudes in matching bathing
yeah,
suits?
exactly. It wasn't my idea.
Okay.
But my buddy was like, hey, I got everybody bathing suits, matching bathing suits. And there was one pair left, and my buddy Joe shows up, and it's like a size 40 bathing suit. It's the only one. We're all wearing bathing suits.
Yeah.
We're drunk. It's noon.
No, I've
We're
had
out
those
in
where you
San
have to like
Diego.
cinch them in together and pull it as tight as you can.
And he goes, size 40? How the fuck am I going to fit in these? It was like, make it work. And he's standing there and he just goes, oh yeah, that'll work. And he just whips down his pants. and I swear to God, the head of his dick hit the sand.
Holy shit.
It was the biggest fucking human dick I've ever seen. It was enormous. And it was like, all of a sudden, the entire conversation changed from whatever we were talking about to
Your
this.
cock is huge. It's massive. I'm in awe of your cock.
And from then on, it was like every time I see him,
Yeah.
I still, to this day at my age, bring it up like, dude, that's just not right. And so he's like, put the bathing suit on, it falls right off. And he's just like, fuck it then. I won't wear one.
Well,
It's
when you
like,
got something like
I
that, you might as well.
wouldn't
Yeah, I was
either.
going to say.
And
You're
then
packing meat like that, man. Just fucking go.
Another guy that you people would know, so I won't say any names,
Okay.
is shorter than me. And we were at a concert at Pine Knob, and it's one of those line out the bathroom for the pisser.
Yeah, I've seen those.
And he was like, fuck this, man. He goes up to the sink and lops what had to be 12 inches of limp cock into the sink.
Holy
And I
shit.
was just like, Jesus Christ, dude. So believe me, size, height, hand size, feet, this is not the...
So what you're telling me is these are all big nose dudes.
But I don't remember them having huge schnozzes either. So I think it was written by the Jew.
That's what I'm thinking.
I think the Jew community did this.
Jewish trickery. Classic Jewish trickery.
Yeah. There's some magic going on here. The Jews are famous for.
Oh, yeah.
And with everything going on with Israel, them being called, whatever.
Obviously.
Yeah, going after Gaza as hard as they are. They're going hard in the paint, and I'm staying out of it. I just don't care what's going on, and Israel's got to do what Israel's got to do. But a lot of people are all like, oh my God, Palestine, Gaza. I'm staying out of that argument. But maybe the Jews are putting this kind of propaganda out to change the narrative.
I'm trying to see who wrote this article.
Female surgeon reveals one body part on men that gives away how big
Dr.
their produce
Sung
is.
Woo Hong.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to say that. Yes.
Dr. Hung Sung Woon.
Yeah.
or something.
Exactly.
Sung Woo Hong.
Dr. Rena Malik, a urologist at reconstructive surgeon in California was talking about that a man's nose, she pointed to a study of Japanese men, which measured all these body parts and panus. They found that nose length was correlated with penile length, not hand or foot. The researchers looked at corpses of 126 middle-aged men within 3 days of
That's
their
not
death.
fair. Sometimes the rigor mortis gives you a couple inches.
Yeah, well, unless they do the, what's the fluid they drain out of you and they get...
Oh, did they embalm you?
Yeah, if you're embalmed, maybe that loosens things back up.
Maybe.
But I think if you die with a hard-on, you're fucking stuck.
I gotta make sure they die with a heart on. That'd be funny.
Yeah, I think that's what happened to who was it? The actor. His dad died banging his mom.
Oh.
And they brought him out on the
stretcher.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yep.
And his dad apparently had a huge hog, and they put a sheet over him, and the mom was like, I want the whole neighborhood, all you fucking gawkers out here, to see what fucking Mr. McConaughey was dealing with, and pulled the sheet off him, and he was just fucking something like that. I believe that's the story Matt tells. So they looked at 126 middle-aged guys. Within 3 days of their death, team documented men's height, weight, flaccid penile length, panus circumference, right and left testicular weights, and weight of their prostate. They also laid each cadaver down. And I thought this was, this is a bit much.
Yeah.
It's like, can I not rest in peace yet? You're fucking with me this
Well,
week.
that's what happens when you sign your body away for science. It's like you think,
Yeah.
oh, maybe they'll take my heart and help somebody. No, they're just measuring your dick to your nose ratio and then throwing it in the ground later.
Well, they also laid each cadaver down and pulled their panus vertically as far as it could go to measure stretched penile length to simulate an
So do
erection.
they pull skin or just like
So
they grab the
grabbed
head of it? Just
they just grab it by the head and they just fucking treated it like a rubber band. They're just like,
or they're playing tug of war with your dick.
Come here, you. And then they put it in their teeth and they just pull as hard as they could.
You get the base, I got the head.
Yeah. Let that thing snap back. All these guys were buried with red spots right above their panuses because of that thing snapping back on them. It seems like there's a better way you could find that instead of cranking that thing as hard as you can and pulling it as tight as you can. Nose length was recorded by measuring the distance between a person's eyes to where their nostril starts. Well, that's a pretty good length there for you.
Yeah. I think I'm doing all right.
Is that how long you are? We're about the same.
Yeah, just about.
They found men with noses smaller than 1.8 inches.
Okay.
So
I don't
smaller
see a
than
tape measure around here.
yeah, we got to measure that. Smaller than 1.8 inches. And remember, the Japanese and the South Koreans are very into this study. They're the ones doing it. So men with noses smaller than 1.8 inches had a panus size up to 4.1 inches.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
People with a nose that was over 2.2 inches long, their penises were larger, measuring 5.3 inches long. For people with noses which fall into the middle, the average size of the panus was 4.5, which is the average size of an erect panus.
Okay.
That's the average. Another South Korean study backed up the Japanese team. They're like,
Now, is this like average Korean or average Japanese, or are we talking like average world?
I think the average male panus is just over that.
Okay.
This is in Japan.
I was going to say, if the study's in Japan, they're probably doing Japanese cadavers, and I feel like that's a tainted market right there.
Yeah, it is. But I
They
think
started at 4.2. I'm like, oh.
I think a lot of people think the male panus is larger than it actually is.
Yeah,
And
they think there's a lot of it still up in there.
Every guy's dreaming, fingers crossed. Like, God,
Just stretch
get
it
me to
out.
6, get me to 5.5. But it's not. It's smaller. And I've done these studies before. I've seen these, and I'm like, really? Okay, I thought I was fucking missing out. It's like, I'm kicking the Japanese' ass, the South Koreans.
Yeah. You're doing all right. You know what? And they're the biggest populations over there, the Asians. So we're doing better than most of the world.
Yeah. And, well, the South Koreans recruited 1,160 men in their 30s, measured their nose size compared to their non-erect penis. The study found that while men with bigger feet had wider panus circumference, their manhood tended to be bigger if they had larger noses. Researcher Dr. Sung Woo Hung said, nose size is an important indicator of panus size. Several studies have suggested hormone exposure in the prenatal period. Hormone exposure in the prenatal period affects the growth of reproductive organs. So what is that? Hormone exposure. So
you give your kid more
my mom fucked something up?
I don't know. Maybe your mom was taking testosterone when you were a kid or estrogen. I don't know.
Wait a minute. So my mom could have done something like, oh my God,
I feel like anything
he's only
you do
around
as you're pregnant,
flowers.
like as the kid's like developing, I think anything you take into your body goes to the kid's body
So
too.
my mom fucked me over.
Your mom could have fucked you over.
My
there.
dad did his best.
Your
He
dad
came
did
to
his
the
best,
party.
but it sounds like your mom.
My
fucked you
dad
over.
came to the party strapped, and my mom was like, "Oh, he's only going to be in. I'm only going to lay in flower beds while he's growing."
I think you got fucked over.
Fuck,
Sorry,
dude. Oh, that makes me sick. I had all the fucking
had everything ready for you.
everything
It
was
could have
there,
been
laid
all
out,
good.
perfect.
Now look at you with
Son
your
of a
tiny nose.
Bitch. Most people think penises should be bigger than they actually are, she noted, while the average is about 5.1 to 5.3, while absolutely stark raving mad rock hard. I mean, as rock as you could get. 5.1 to 5.3. Most men think it should be closer to I bet they do.
Yeah.
I bet most men do.
Oh, yeah.
It's closer
They're always
to
giving
6.
themselves a little bit extra.
Women, on the other hand, have a different perspective, and we're going to find out just now who the world's whores are.
All right.
So, Dr. Malik said to find what women want most, researchers looked at the most common dildo sizes women were buying.
Ah, that's actually pretty smart.
Yeah. They found that women tended to opt for the same length as girth as average dudes. However, a study of female college students at Texas A&M.
Oh, everything's bigger in Texas, Mike.
Yeah, when they say everything's bigger in Texas, they mean it. So they found these Texas A&M whores were fucking splitting themselves with much bigger. The bigger, the better.
Yeah.
So they were just fucking getting the veiniest, blackest dildos they could find and just
those big fucking suckers. Just
penises that were wider, longer, and moderately hairy.
I don't know what hair has to do with any of it.
I don't either. How many shafts are filled with hair? Are
Yeah.
a lot of shafts filled with hair?
No, usually it's just the base to the pubis area.
Yeah, I'm mostly hairless, by the way.
Yeah, so am I.
It's my European.
Yep.
Shit. That
It's my
makes
white
me
guy
like-
privilege.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of nice.
It is
so this
nice.
idea of like being like, oh, honey, shave my back. Like, no, I don't have any back hair.
I do get a weird patch on my shoulder. That's it.
Really?
Yeah, they call it the parrot.
The parrot. Okay,
It happens
I
to
kinda
some
like
people.
that.
I don't know if it's an Italian thing or not, but it happens to some people where it's like
You don't
I literally
scream
just get-
Italian, by the way.
I'm pretty Italian.
Really?
I got some Italian, some Finnish,
Mamma
and then just the
mia.
rest is just a mix of white. It's
Okay.
very, very muddy white. That's all.
But it's
it
all
is.
white.
Yeah, it's all white.
They sprinkle a little flavor in there.
Little
with the
flavor in there.
Italian.
Those are the bigger ones, but
which whore in your family banged an Italian dude?
that would be my great grandpa.
Great grandpa.
Yep.
He went for some Italian woman.
Well, no. He was the Italian. He came over from Sicily.
Okay.
Yep.
And he found himself a white woman as fast as he could.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I don't blame him. They're great.
Yep.
White bitches are great. Let's see. They said that these wider, longer, and moderately hairy ones were perceived more positively in terms of personality and sex appeal.
Okay.
I didn't
I
know,
don't know
that was
what
a thing.
moderately hairy has to do with it, but okay.
I
Because
don't
I feel like
either.
most people shave these days. Like
Right.
it's not a weird.
Yeah, you
like,
don't
that's
go
something
out.
you can control, like hairiness or whatever.
I mean,
I feel like
going out with an absolutely out of control, unkempt bush
Yeah.
seems almost like a red
I'm out.
flag.
Yeah, I don't like it.
That's a red flag for people, right?
I like people who look like they took care of themselves. You know, you
Yeah.
you spent some extra time in the shower. I appreciate that.
Yeah, if you pull out an exploding bush on someone, you might freak them the fuck
Oh, yeah.
out these days. Those wanting to increase their girth, she recommended trying a traction device, which stretches out the panus for a few minutes a day. So you get this thing and you just...
Jelking.
Is that what it's called? Jelking? Is that a thing?
I think that is, yeah.
Jelking. I learned
The best
something
part
new
is
from
you can find it
guys.
on YouTube uncensored.
Really?
Yeah, because I had a
It's
friend who said
medical
that, like, hey,
term.
check this out. And he sent me a YouTube link. I'm like, oh, it's YouTube. It's safe. It's just dudes' dicks and devices. I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, don't act like you didn't love it. Stop
That
it.
was funny. Yeah, right. You're
Jelking.
Yep,
I've never
jelking,
heard of it.
JELQING, is an exercise intended to increase the length and girth of a penis by pulling and massaging it to create micro tears, which are supposedly thick and expanded as they heal.
Do me a favor and send me that link.
I got you.
I just wanted to show someone.
Off the
It's
record,
for a friend of
where the
mine.
mics can't hear us. Yeah.
It's not for me. Obviously, it's not for me. Just That's the wrong drop. See, I couldn't do that to anybody. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't pull a ditty like that.
Yep. And according to the next article right below, it just says there's no benefit to telling me it doesn't work.
Well, doctor here says you can add extra 2. And I was like, I'm listening.
Okay.
I'm listening. Centimeters.
And I'm out.
And I was like, 2 centimeters? You want me tugging on my Johnson all day to get 2 centimeters?
Man, some people are desperate.
If she would have said inches,
Yeah.
you know, quarter
Oh,
inches.
dude, I feel like every guy would get on a regiment. He'd start
Yeah.
adding it to his gym routine.
You can get yourself an extra 2 inches out of that thing. Yeah, I'm all in.
Hit the
2
Planet
centimeters.
Fitness, do
How
your
big is-
run, a little bit of bench press, and then you hit the fucking locker room,
Yeah,
start
hit the gelking machine.
hit the jelking machines.
Yeah, you just sit back. There's a row of dudes all joking at the same time. Like if that was normal, it's like, oh, I did 45 minutes on the treadmill. I'm
Yep.
just getting a quick jelking before I got to get to the office. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that'd be a
that'd be fine.
normal thing.
Yeah.
Like every dude would do it. All right, let's kill
Instead,
it.
we
there.
got
We've gone
dilation
long.
stations. Sorry, I had to make one trans reference today.
Oh my god.
Is that
All
the
right.
Christian email?
There's a couple Christian.
That's my favorite
emails. You know what? Why don't I save emails because they're all kind of long.
Okay.
And we did an hour and 50.
Nice.
Yeah, that's not bad. And I didn't even get to my trans stuff.
Oh, well, I got a little bit of slip in there at the end.
You got
I
it
tried
in
to make
there.
sure we covered it.
We'll maybe tomorrow. Maybe
Okay.
We'll do some for you tomorrow.
Oh, thank you.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. You can send your emails to walters@detroitcast.com. Of course, spell Walters with an O. I should just get walters@detroitcast.com.
Yeah, just
with
get
an
them
A and
both
not
and then
worry
have it
about
just
but-
feed to the other one.
Exactly. All right, we'll call it a day there. I believe we'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, we'll do a show tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be ready.
Yeah, I think Forey's bringing us some food tomorrow.
Yep, it won't be like Monday where we gave everyone an April Fool's Day prank saying we'll be here tomorrow.
Is that what we did?
Yeah, it's our April Fool's Day prank. That's what I'm calling it.
Okay, I like that. So we're getting some food though from the Deer Lake Athletic Club, the backcourt restaurant in Clarkston, located in Deer Lake Athletic Club. And I am going fillet.
Yeah, I think
now.
I'm going
I
filet.
love
I know
it.
Marina said she wants some that travels well because I got to take hers back home to her.
Of course.
So we'll decide that a little bit more tonight. Everything on their menu is so good. It's kind of hard
It's
to
so
decide.
great.
Yeah.
It's so great. You can't touch the soups because
Yeah.
I need all the soup I can get because it's the only thing I can like nuke in the microwave. That's
Yeah.
my makeshift kitchen down here. So
No, that's
you
fine.
can have all the
yours.
fish and
We'll take it all. We'll take everything else.
Yeah. So Forey's dropping by tomorrow. I'm excited about that. And so we'll see you all tomorrow. Hope you have a great rest of the evening.